What is up, Low Budget League? We are officially done with the regular season. We're done with the tiebreakers. We're done with everything. And now we can get on to the playoffs. Talk of playoffs. We might even do some talk on the lower bracket, but that's me being selfish because I'm in it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So we're joined today by a bunch of the other admins. We got Arctic, we got Dream to Me, Dynamic Reality, Solomon Khan, Vacant Tech, who have all put in a ton of work to make this league happen. Uh, before we get started, anyone have anything to say?
I'm in fucking playoffs, baby!
I
Let's
knew that was
go!
coming. I knew that was coming.
If anyone missed that,
Yep,
they won the
you
tiebreaker.
get
Arctic
face
Wave.
cams today.
Arctic Wave taking the 6th seed.
Yeah, that was honestly, I'm very impressed on that game. Even though Thigh High Crocs had a couple subs, I mean the subs on Solomon's right here. The subs were very high elo. Uh, that was not an easy series. It's 2-1. I enjoyed every second of it. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it was very hard fought.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, we got a whole. So right here we have the standings in front of us. As you can see, this is going to be the placement for the playoffs. Number one playing number four, two playing three, and so on. We'll go over that a bit later. Uh, yeah, that was a really awesome tiebreaker series to end the season on. I do have the red suit on, or some people say salmon. It's actually red in person, but the camera makes it really light. Um, and we got the Hawaiian background for Solomon. No one else wanted to show their face, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay. Can only fit 2 handsome guys on here.
I know. I know. Dream just called me ugly immediately. I agreed, but oops, hold on. Now I need to start this slideshow over.
Okay. Just let me know when you want to transition over.
Yeah, we can start the slideshow
Oh,
or the slides. Um. Oh, I love that. The transition there. So, Low Budget League postseason talk show. It is here. The season's over, and we're going to talk about it. A season in review. Looking forward to the postseason. Um, Also, if we have any audio issues or anything, let us know in chat. Otherwise, we're just gonna get into it. Anyone have anything to say before we start?
Nope, let's kick
ready
it
to
off.
get in?
Let's get it. Let's get it. What we are going to be talking about. Quick review of each team season, probably like 30 seconds to a minute. We'll all just talk about it for each team. Then we're going to go over the stats, and then we're going to get into the awards, which there's a lot of awards, so bear with us. One second.
Yeah, tell them to lock it up out there.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Tell them pipe down.
Sorry, I had to close the door. There are a lot of awards, so bear with us. And then looking forward to the playoffs, we're going to do predictions, and then if there are any interviews, we're going to interview people if they want us to. Now, first on the chopping block, extra extra. Now, my thing about extra extra is the same thing about Grand Canyon Angels. When they decided to show up, they showed up. The games they won, they won pretty convincingly. It's just they decided not to show up more than they did. Does anyone else have an insight on extra extra?
Yeah. Before they got their new top laner, they would get behind a lot early, but then show a lot of life, like the mid to late game, still winning fights, even being down a lot of gold. But they're just down so far early that it didn't really matter. But when they got ZZ, they were able to turn that around and actually get leads early. But then at times they would kind of falter in the mid to late game, so it kind of swapped. But they always showed a lot of life and always, I'm pretty sure I remember some fights being down like 8k gold, but still somehow winning them. So they were definitely a team that always show some life.
Yeah, no, precisely. They had a lot of life in them. They didn't look out of place. Even the series they lost, which was most of them, they still it's never like they were out of the game. Um, and actually, I'll transition over unless anyone has anything else to say. I would transition that exact thing to John's team of goobers. They were never truly out of the season, um, or out of any series, I should say. I know they 3-0'd us to start the whole season. Then they seemed to falter a lot, but I mean they took a ton of games off teams they shouldn't have taken games off of, and every series they were in seemed close. They didn't seem out of place at all.
And this group was just a group of friends just entering the league too. So the fact that they were still down on their draft points and taking games off the best teams is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
they
had
had
the
the
most points.
most. They had the most points.
Yeah, they had the most points. Yeah,
Yeah.
They
They actually
even
had-
had the chance to be in playoffs
Yeah.
if they 3-0'd the last week.
yep.
They're in the same.
Not
boat
to
as-
mention they had so many positive points. They actually had an extra ban they could have been using all season. They didn't even know about it till week 3 because I guess they just weren't paying attention. So they were not even using the advantages the whole season.
Hmm.
Yeah. Going on to the worst team in the league, Arctic Wave. No, I'm just kidding. They just they just got a huge win that put them in playoffs. Which honestly, I talked to Arctic a few weeks ago. He was like, "Yeah, we're not making playoffs," and here he is.
Yeah, we got lucky with the EG scheduling issues. Got lucky for our 3-0 because they had a forfeit for some issue that happened. And here we are tonight. We showed up. We 2-1. A very hard fought series. I wasn't sure we were gonna win after game 1, but very glad we did.
Yeah, they really kind of stomped on us the first game, honestly.
I thought the first game was close for the first half, I should say.
It didn't feel like it.
Not really.
Depends.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but to get an outside perspective here, since I know we have two Arctic Wave players as administrators here, I think, yeah, I mean, I think kind of what you talked about with Arctic saying, "Hey, we're out of the playoffs," and now here they are. They're making this kind of like miracle run, this fight back. They're putting some points up, even when they kind of accepted the fact that they were going to be out, that it was over. They didn't just roll over and give up, and I think that shows their resilience and their playstyle. So
I think with Arctic Wave, the same thing can be said for I think extra extra. I don't mean to like kind of go back, but I think the main issue with kind of like extra extra is like they didn't really have a clear or concise win, like a player that they recognized as their win condition until I think too late. Like Gray would consistently perform, and I think that team just didn't capitalize on playing through Gray. I think the same can be said for Arctic Wave. Just based on like your comms, I kind of tuned into your stream, to Germ stream anyway. You guys seemed a lot more together, a lot more like dedicated to win. So I think that kind of does have a lot to do with your newly secured playoff spot.
We did, talk a lot about what was going wrong in our games and what we
Yeah.
need to change.
It's something that a lot of
and-
people don't really realize in competitive league. Like communication is so good, so key.
Yeah.
Well, and just kind of recognizing each game what we need to do. Especially like when Germ was getting himself a lead in those games, just trying to give him like straight up spoon feed him more.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
tell playing against you guys change at least especially from game 1, but like game 2 and 3, you know, you for Arctic and Vacant we're early invading when with the advantage you guys got, and then Germ too. You know, he was kind of just a farm bot, but not really getting a lot of kill participation. But this time, you know, I mean, we were pretty much even in farm, but he was always in the fight, so he's always able to at least participate, and I think that made a big change.
Yeah, I would definitely say that TAW is the Cinderella team going into the playoffs. They were not likely to make it a few weeks ago, and now they're in. Yeah, we can talk more about that tiebreaker game, but let's move on to the tragedy that is desperate for a win. We were one game outside of a tiebreaker for the playoffs, and we won way more series than we lost, but we never 3-0'd a series. So yeah, I don't know. There's not too much to say about my team. I thought we had a solid team, a good team. We just we didn't practice or have much communication, so that's really all I have to say about that. But we had a lot of fun. So
Yeah, I think your team was definitely good. It's just almost the same as us, just same team, different circumstances almost.
yeah,
honestly.
I think I think we had a really tough schedule, but at the same time, we also had a couple of the lower teams as well. So I can't complain. It's just we didn't put it together when we needed to. We only lost 2 series the entire season and somehow are out of playoffs. So that's kind of funny, but
True.
yeah,
Just need one more
I don't
game.
know.
One more game somewhere.
Yeah,
I know.
Not getting any 3-0s does hurt
Yeah.
in the end.
It yeah, we just 2-1. We just 2-1 every series, which is fine. But that's kind of why I like the system where every win's worth a point, because you have to bring it every game, and we didn't always. Sometimes we were just there to have fun, which again, it is a for fun league. But so yeah, that's the issue with that. We'll move on to Peacekeepers unless anyone else has something to say. Peacekeepers really kind of started out slow and now ended the season really hot, I would say. That's my opinion. Obviously, Dynamic would know the most since he's on the team, but anyone else?
They look really strong, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in my final power rankings, I still have them first. I think they're still a scary team to face. I think they just lost some series to some subs, but
Yeah. I think it's just having a team that will have a mid and top that'll play safe as much as they need to and just completely play around their jungler is a very scary thing.
I will say this. Oh, go ahead.
You want
go
me to?
ahead.
Dynamic.
Okay.
Dynamic.
Yeah. As their captain, that's kind of what we encountered. Pretty much exactly what you said. Is really slow start, kind of trying to figure out how everybody plays. I grabbed Brick and Gapik back. I played with them last year and drafted them on my team. So I brought them back. But I think what they said was right. What Vagan said was right. Is we play super safe top, and I play a little bit more risky mid. But I'm not really trying to force anything. All because we recognize Les has the capability to carry, and we made the mistake once of putting him on non-carry champions like Maokai, for example, and that was our downfall. And so we learned from that immediately, and just started funneling at a certain point money as fast as we could to less force. So
Yeah, and Less Force is one of the people. Actually, there's a lot of people that we're going to have to re-rank at the end of the season. But overall, I think the teams were actually fairly well drafted. Even as a team that didn't make the playoffs, I never felt like any team was head and shoulders above us. The only series that was head and shoulders above us was against the Pokemoners, which there's a lot of things that went wrong there. but I feel like the draft worked and it was fun, but we're gonna improve on it next season and make it even better. So, and we did get all your feedback. Sorry, I'll go over that later. The one thing I'll say about Peacekeepers, my team beat you guys with Subgate, but then I subbed for you guys 2 different series and we won both of those series. So I think I made up for it.
that is true. I was concerned initially, knowing the standings of your team. I will admit, I was concerned you were going to soft int us, and I respect you for not doing that because essentially you played well enough that you knocked your own team out of the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. Both the times I subbed in for you, we won both those series. That's all I can do. That's no. I would never int. If you pick me as a sub, I'm going to try my best, even though it kicked my team out of the playoffs. Or I guess I kicked my own team out of the playoffs because we could have made it in our series and we messed up. It says the stream is paused on Twitch. I don't know if that means anything.
It's because you are tapped out of your.
Tapped out.
Yeah.
I knew that, obviously. I mean, obviously, I was just testing you guys. There we go. Did that fix it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I was just testing you guys.
You got me.
All right, and then okay, I'll move on here. The highest of Crocs, as we just saw, they faltered out of the playoffs. They started out honestly throughout the first 3 weeks, probably the best team in the league. Crazy, kind of. Not in a mean way, but just crazy how far they've fallen. I know they've had issues with availability and a bunch of other stuff.
They're actually one of the teams with the least amount of subs.
Oh, really?
I think partially what hurt
Oh,
them.
I guess I meant their jungler who had to. Sorry, go ahead.
They lost their jungler. If they had their 2 normal players tonight, they would have probably had a lot hard chance of winning. Just because having 2 subs ruins the dynamic of your team so much that you've worked to create over this long.
True.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
because how Schwilliam and how Slime play are two very different things,
Yep.
and it's hard for them to change that over one series.
Yeah. I liked this team. I love Thigh High Crocs. Really adds a lot. Honestly, it was a great team. Maybe honestly, I say my team's the best team to not make playoffs. They might be the best team to not make playoffs.
Well, they were I guess the closest to now not make
Yeah,
playoff.
technically, yeah,
Because they were there, but
yeah. Anything else on this team? I think they were a very good team. They just
yeah,
faltered when they needed
I
to.
think it was just unfortunate. I
Just
mean, or Chuck PB
unfortunate.
Sweat is good, but it's just unfortunate that he's a support main, and AC is probably his like third best role. So although he has that diamond rank, he's really not like a diamond ADC, So I think if they were able to pick up maybe like a actual ADC, it probably would have looked a lot different. But
I think most people on their team were not playing their main position, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Uh,
mean,
There were two
top,
of them. Two of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
jungle and ADC.
yeah, but those are their two best player or two highest ranked. I don't know
Yeah,
about
honestly, if they
best.
swapped, they probably would have looked better. I know jungle would have took a dip, but I mean, Young Slime's kind of a menace in that ADC role.
He is.
Yeah.
I think if Slime went 80 carry for that team would be a lot higher than they are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Moving on to Crab Rave, unless anyone else has anything.
Nope.
Crab Rave. Yeah, sorry, we just gotta get through these faster. That's my bad. The Crab did make the playoffs, and they got a pretty high seed. They're seed 4 or seed 3,
Yeah,
seed 3
tied.
rather.
They're the same. 3-4.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
They're tied.
yeah, exactly.
They're tied for second, no?
No.
Second and third.
Third.
Because its fourth is PK.
Oh,
no?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
am I-
yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Second, third.
2-3.
Yeah,
So-
it's second and third.
Yeah. So yeah, again, Crab Rave got hot in mid season, and honestly, I consider one of the best teams if they're playing their game and like macroing like I know they can, they might be the best team in the league. But I've also seen their macro fall apart as well. So they're just kind of they're my dark horse where it's like, are you gonna win the whole thing or like fall apart?
They just gotta stop going for Otacon. They have like a good lead and they go for Otacon and lose the game. They're pretty much all their losses. Just don't
Yeah.
go for Otacon. But I think Crab was maybe the team that surprised me the most.
I mean,
for
for
Salto
Salto's just
especially.
been putting.
Yeah,
He's been putting in the work.
kind of popping off.
Not to mention he's won the most Player of the Week awards at 2. No one else has won 2,
I mean,
and he won them consecutively.
He had a stretch there. I mean, one week he had a 23 KDA, the next week a 25 KDA. I mean, like
Yeah.
5 total deaths out of those 2 weeks and almost like 50 or 40 kills, something like that. 50 kills,
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, kind of
That was his
popping off.
jungler one of those weeks. No big deal. No big deal. I think
It might be pretty scary if they're like trying to finally figuring out what they need to do in these games. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think Camel Core maybe exposed him a little bit that it's not always just going to work out. Uh, it's not just 100% win rate, but I think they still found their formula. I think they just need to stick with it still and just not go for Otacon as much whenever he's up.
Them versus Camel Core will be just like it was a banger series in the regular season. That was one of the closer series. It's going to be a banger in the playoffs. I can't wait.
Yep.
Moving on to Ethan's Gremlins. Also a really good team. Obviously, Gragas IRL in the mid lane. Fairly solid players all around, but he's definitely the focal point of the team. Anyone else have anything about this team?
Yeah, I think. Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah, I think from my experience with EG, I think you're right. I think I think everybody was consistent. Everybody knew what they were doing. I think, yeah, their mid laner was the shot caller. I think he's super proficient. He's grandmasters right now. So clearly he has a grasp on the game. I think what the biggest hurdle for EG is scheduling. I wasn't aware, and maybe I could be wrong, of a game where they didn't have a sub. It seemed to me as though these players really struggled with scheduling, and I wonder what they would have looked like without this conflict.
I think the first
Yeah.
series was the only one they didn't have a sub, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say
First
they were tied with Desperate for a win with subs, but they ended up forfeiting this last week. If they played the last week, they would have been tied again if they were actually able to play it, but they weren't even able to play it due to
Okay.
subs. So we'll see with we'll see in playoffs if they're actually able to get their whole team together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was going to say. If and when they get all 5 people together, they have a real good spot at taking number one, a real good chance.
Yeah. Sadly, they have to start out in the lower bracket, so they do not get the benefit of double elimination, or not lower bracket, but the non-double elimination bracket rather.
Yeah, they're
I
ranked fifth.
yeah, I for some reason I keep calling the lower bracket what my team's gonna do, but uh, yeah. So I think that they have a shot to make the run. Obviously they're gonna be going. They're gonna have their choice of the loser of the first round because they are the higher seed over the Arctic Wave, and then Arctic Wave will play whoever's left there, which we'll go over in a bit. Uh, does anyone else have anything to say, or can we move on?
No, I think we're good to go.
Yep. Grand Canyon Angels. Yeah, honestly, so got last place. However, I will just speak as we too won them, but I will say the game that they beat us, they stomped us so hard we surrendered at 20 minutes. This is a team that has good individual skill, but I can also tell that they just play for fun and don't necessarily macro a lot. Uh, this is again, this is not that bad of a team. Like they stomped us one of the games, and I've seen they took some games off other people too. It's just I could tell they were playing for fun. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
vibes.
yeah,
I feel like they had good
I agree
vibes.
with
Yeah,
you.
good.
They were also a team that had a
Least
lot of points left
tiltable.
over. Only beat out by the Goobers. But
Yeah,
We didn't.
not an easily tiltable team.
Our team didn't get to go against them in the season, but I did get the sub in against them once, and it just seemed like they're having fun the entire series. Honestly,
Yeah, I noticed once they got their
Um,
champs though, because like, oh sorry, Dream, what was that?
no, go ahead, Mikey.
I was just gonna say, I noticed when they got their champs, like, so we were up 2-0, and then they wanted to play the third game. Spanaway got Leona, which everyone knows about Spanaway's Leona, and then I think the rest of them got all their main champs, which I don't know why they didn't start out. I think we were banning their main champs, and then we didn't game 3, and then they just popped off. Um, Again, they're playing for fun, but good individual skill there. Like if they ever put it together, I don't think they would have gotten last place, but.
Yeah, I kind of want to piggyback. Like, I think if I'm GCA, like I'm honestly just chilling. Like, I think it's just a bunch of like 4 friends, just like 5 friends, just playing together, coming together, having a good time, and then just having fun.
Yeah.
GCA, honestly, the vibes on that team, just I liked it. Sure, your scoreline doesn't look great, but at least you're having fun.
Oh,
I mean, how long has that team been together now? That Violet's been.
Right.
I don't
It's
know.
the
I
longest.
swear, every time I
It's
see a
the
Violet
longest
Cat
lasting
team,
team.
it's with Spanaway and Jinbu, so I don't know.
that iteration at least 3 times. They're
Yeah.
definitely together last
Been a
year.
lot.
Maybe I think the year before that too.
Yeah, when we were in ELU,
Yeah.
I was their jungler.
Well, I don't know about these 5 specific players, but
Yeah.
GCA has been a name for 4 seasons if you count the ELU.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it deserves a trophy.
I think
for,
they were
like,
they were
a
there
plaque.
from the get go, right? GCA was
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's still from the start.
they were there
Yeah.
from the beginning. They're the longest reigning team name anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Respect.
hats off to Violet Cat keeping the dream alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
That deserves an award in itself for sure.
Yeah, can't wait
I
to see
think
GCA
I gave them
70.
tilt proof.
Yeah,
Had to.
I saw that. I
Player
don't know if
design.
that's how the survey works, but I saw that.
Had to tilt the hat.
Campbell Court, obviously a really good team. Finished second place technically, I believe, right?
Second, third.
Second, third.
Second,
Right.
third. Yep. I love how they banter and stuff in the Discord. They're a really good time. They're one of the better additions. I mean, everyone was a good addition, but they're one of the better team additions to the league. What are your all thoughts?
I'm actually really disappointed we didn't get to play them in the regular season.
Yep.
If we do get to face them in playoffs, I'm super excited for that. I think that's such. I think that would be a really fun match for us, for our team.
We played them the last week, and it was like so close. Like I felt like all 3 games I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good.
William looks like he's a menace on anything in the jungle.
Oh, Williams is a menace for sure. Yeah, I liked that team. I liked playing against them. I liked watching them. I liked casting their games. They they had a lot of games of the week awards for like what I was anticipating watching. Yeah. Anything else before we move on?
Uh, they're good. They had their two blemishes. They lost the extra. That's for a win. So even though they have the least amount of points available, losing all their bans, they still are vulnerable.
Yeah, I guess they did lose to two non-playoff teams.
True.
I mean, we also subgated them a little bit, and they allowed us to go a few points over, which was very nice of them.
Yeah.
I think we were like 2 points over. Uh, I was willing to give up bans, and he said, "Don't worry about it," which shows how chill that team. That team is just super chill. And then obviously they needed to sub in a higher elo person, and we said, "Don't worry about it" as well. So
Yep.
obviously, really chill team, really fun. An amazing addition to the LBL. Moving on to We'd Rather Play Pokemon somehow got first place. I don't know. This team of inters.
Somehow.
This inting team. Um, First place, obviously. They played really well. They started out 0-3, which was because the Solomon was gone. There were some people in different positions they don't main. But after a slow start, they just turned on the engine, and that was an unstoppable train, basically. What are y'all thoughts?
Can I just say I only dropped one game. So I mean,
He's gonna get this guy
what can you say?
started.
Yeah, imagine if I was there for EG. Uh,
Oh my gosh!
EG 3-0.
Hey,
Oh.
we're not going to talk about how I think your team is criminally underranked, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Mikey, whatever.
All I can say, who tries to play some league at 10 o'clock on a Sunday or Monday? People got to work on the weekends.
Listen, buddy, as Dynamic has said, that team's schedule is cursed.
That
Yeah.
yes. Right. So.
So don't blame me.
Nice.
That's fair. That's fair. I think so that obviously well deserved first place. Got to give props to them, and they and I hate to toot my own horn, but in week 4 or 5, I said they were the best team in the league. I think it was week 4, and I still think they are. But and I say they, there's two of them in the chat, but um, there's definitely possibilities for upsets. So I'm excited to watch all of it.
Yeah, I will say
Now
our
we can
season
move on.
is-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
you go. You go.
I mean, our season is kind of just like Asian and Solomon dragging me across. Well, our team across the finish line.
Yeah, you did nothing.
But yeah,
Oh, he did something.
juggle.
I ain't gonna leak nothing, but he did something.
You did something.
Don't
We'll
leak.
get to the awards.
The next slide will leak this information. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I was like, we've been on this slide forever, which is my fault probably, but I should be.
Oh, okay.
All right, roll the
All right.
credits. Roll the credits.
Roll the credits. So, notable stats. I'm just going to go through them quick, then we can talk about them. Lest Force, highest KDA at 11.13. Dream to Me, most kills in the league at 156. Last Who, I believe, most assists at 269. Peacekeepers had the most unique champs at 52. I love that one. I like that you put that there, Solomon. Solomon, by the way, give him props. He did all this. A280C at most gold per minute, 458. I'm not gonna go into the decimals. And then we got Germsan at most CS per minute at 8.96. A280C highest average gold per minute, 15,268. Dang.
That's gold per game.
Gold per game, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be insane gold per minute. Germsan at highest average CS per game, 291. Spanaway at most deaths, which, by the way, as a support, that's not that. Like, supports should probably be dying the most on the team, so sorry, Spanaway, we put that in there, but 125. And Lest Force with least deaths at 30. So, what do y'all think? I mean, there's some awards that go with this in the next slide, but I'll let y'all talk first.
I'll just say for Less Force, that's most deaths or least deaths while playing every game, every series. So some people,
Yeah.
We're in there, but still, I mean, 30 deaths out of. I'm pretty sure he never got subbed out. So I mean,
It'd be if they play, it'd be what,
yeah,
18
they
games?
F
Yeah,
one game
18.
got FF'd out of their whole series. So 17 games he played and 30 deaths. Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
We never
Um,
subbed him last, and I think these stats also speak to it. I'm being harassed by Les saying we're giving away our strategy, but I think everybody knows already that Peacekeepers funnel the jungler. 100% Peacekeepers funnel the jungler.
Write it down. Write it down.
I think these stats reflect that quite heavily.
I mean, 11 KD is insane. KD,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, the next highest is for Zalto with in the 7,
Yep.
I believe.
I mean, he's 30 deaths.
Even if they don't have that FF game, what is he at, like 32 deaths? That still
Yeah.
probably wins the award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
He'd still win the award. Yeah.
He's gonna win the award anyway. So let's move on because the next slide's basically the same as this slide. Helping Hand award goes to Laos Hu. Let's go. Most assists. We got Kingslayer award. Most kills going to Dream to Me. Dream to Me. Golf clap for you.
Boo.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
I hear a boo. Excuse me.
Did I hear a boo? Did I hear a boo?
I'll say
I think
for
I know
Salto,
where you live.
for Salto is the only
Oh.
one who could catch Dream, and they ended up FFing the last series. So boo for Salto.
Come
Ah,
on.
boo.
Salto.
Boo for Salto.
Boo.
Target selection award, and again, we're gonna have some sort of badge for these awards eventually. Hopefully, I mean, no guarantees, but target selection award, which is highest KDA, goes to Less Force. Nice. We got some awards coming in. Mercenary award, most gold per minute, is A280C. Minion Massacre award, most CS per minute, is Germ, as we said on last slide. Flawless award, least deaths, Less Force. Get Down, Mr. President award, most deaths, Span Away. Hey, still an award. Last Second Survivor award, meaning most impactful sub. We admins decided to give it to 999 Gapic because we didn't do an in-depth dive, but I believe he subbed the most out of anyone. But every time he subbed, it was super impactful either way. So
And he was always willing to sub too.
he was always willing to sub.
Gappy was everywhere. He did 2 subs for different teams. It's crazy.
And so was Buddha, which he gets an award later on too. But Buddha and Gapic were always in the chat, always willing to sub, right? And of course, our boy Solomon, number crunching admin award, probably the admin MVP, did a ton of the work on all these charts and all these stats that we're looking at. Solomon Khan, golf clap.
He's okay.
He's okay.
You guys will all be happy to know we will have custom icons that'll be a little badge on your accounts. We're going to hand that out later once we get it all finalized, so everybody can see what they earned from Season 2.
So we're not that low
Yay.
budget.
We're getting there.
No. We're extremely low budget.
I don't know. Some people, which I can see in chat, gave some prime.
I'm being
Some-
extorted here.
Yeah, we're basically extorting the admin.
Well, continue. Nobody's supposed to know about the extortion.
Dynamic did have a gun to Bacon's
My
head.
bad.
So
I unwillfully did it.
there was a gun to it. Moving on, because there's a lot of awards. Regular season awards, as voted by you, that survey that I sent out earlier. Top lane MVP, Dreamless got the most votes. Jungle MVP, Lest Force, good job. Already got so many awards. Jeez, Lest Force. This is incorrect. For the mid lane MVP,
Oh.
Dream, I'm
It
so
is?
sorry.
I
Dream.
thought Gragas beat me.
Nope. Gragas did not because the last vote that came in was after the time. You won mid lane MVP. We talked about this, Dream.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I was my own jungler.
not my MVP.
Okay,
Oh
sorry,
my God.
Dream. Sorry, you Gragas IRL. I am so sorry. This is like the whole Miss America thing with Steve Harvey. I'm sorry, you Gragas. Dream to Me did win mid lane MVP. He beat you by 1 vote.
Yeah, he knows he's better than me. It's cool. He's chilling.
Hey, let's see the 1v1 for it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna get murdered.
The reason I put him in this document is because he was up by like 3 votes when I made this document, and then Dream got a ton of votes at the end. Sorry.
Wow.
What
Dream's
how-
bot accounts.
I didn't pay anybody. Huh?
yeah. Okay, Dream. Okay.
Don't
It's
say
okay.
my transaction
I have a feeling Gragas is going to get a couple awards later.
He might potentially.
ADC MVP is for Salto, and that was a tough one because there was a lot of votes for some which we'll get into later. Support MVP, Scaling Circle, very well deserved. He carried our team on many occasions. My bot lane just carried my fat ass to the finish line. Phil's substitute GOAT. Now we already kind of gave the substitute award last time, but this one was voted on you guys. So it's actually Gapik and Erlich the Bald. You both saved us a lot of times. Tilt Proof Award goes to Arctic. Golf clap because he's in chat.
Is he really tilt proof?
He got the most vote. Well, okay.
He's not tilt proof in my solo queue games, but I respect him for doing quite well in the LBL.
So,
I'm just gonna say playing with you was pretty bad dynamic. I don't know.
I'm the tilting problem. I
would also, yeah. And then for the fourth season in a row, you guys voted me.
We can move on.
No, for the fourth season in a row, if you count ELU, you have voted me again sexiest player and/or admin. Guys.
You know, Mikey.
Guys, I would like to thank my family. I don't know why you guys keep voting you this. I don't know.
Deserved.
Just
honestly,
you're pretty cute.
It's the red suit.
The red suit, man.
You see this?
Can I just?
It's almost like you guys didn't have a choice.
It's appreciated how humble Gragas IRL is being in chat.
No.
What is Gragas saying?
He said that Dream's a good player and deserves it because he plays more diverse champions.
Ooh, shit talk.
I know.
Come on, where's the aggro?
Call me a pig.
He is a pig. We already know this.
So, yeah, that I do feel bad that I had the wrong name on here, but you both were head and head on the mid lane MVP voting. So going on to the next slide. Before we get to the overall season MVP, the big award of the whole season, these are some honorable mentions. There was a 3-way tie for best animal abuser or jungle. Solomon Khan, Young Slime, and Cy Williams all had a 3-way tie for second place, which is insane to me. They all deserved. The jungle pool was very OP this season, in my opinion. Island Boy Stud or top lane Vacant Tech got a lot of votes as well, so I had to put him in the honorable mentions. Who's in chat? So golf clap for him. Gunslingers, ISO Square and A280C got a ton of votes, so had to put them in there. No, it's okay. You take the credit award goes to I'm Asian LOL and Laos who got a lot of votes. Obviously, well deserved. Snap Talking Kings, we need more of this. Zero Cola, Joey, who's also obviously the Gragas. Chuck PB Sweat, Plutonium, Living Stronger, Thigh High Crocs. You all get awards because we need more of that, or at least honorable mention awards. I don't know about real awards. Guardian Angel, Buddha, because Buddha and Gapik were, I believe, equally in the sub chat, always being like, "Hey, do you need me?" You know, and Buddha saved our team twice, so definitely got to get an award there. Our team used a lot of subs. It was unfortunate. We had health issues and stuff. Overall stud, got to give this one to Brick Machine. Got a ton of votes. Brick Machine got a ton of votes, but they were all spread out between different things. So he didn't win any single award, but like if you just add up all the votes, he's probably up there as one of the top. So I didn't know what award to give Brick Machine except for overall stud. Just you got a ton of votes for random things, right? So yeah, had to give that one. Untiltable, the Violet Cap got also a lot of votes there. Arctic won the main award, but I felt like it was an honorable mention there. And y'all must have not been watching the games because I got a lot of MVP votes. I got third place in the MVP votes. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
That's
I
kind of
got third. I got third place. I don't know. You guys weren't watching any of the games apparently.
Yeah, nobody saw you build tank on Vagar and melee.
Yeah, no, you guys talked about it for 30 minutes straight. I rewatched the stream.
I'm gonna keep talking about it.
Wait, is that the one where I absolutely griefed on Talia? Please tell me we're not talking about that one.
No.
Please.
No, completely different game when we beat Camel Core.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Any thoughts on the honorable mentions? I've been talking for a while. Sorry.
Who got second on MVP?
Yeah. We'll get into that because it is
Hammer's next, right?
Yeah, it's the next slide, so we won't
Okay.
Okay.
we won't talk about it yet. But anything else on the honorable mentions? I feel like all these are well-deserved honorable
Yeah.
mentions.
I'm glad Brick Machine's up there. That was definitely
Yeah.
I was hoping
Yeah,
he
Brick
got
is
voted
goated.
in one or
Brick
two.
Machine was
Brick
permanently
needed an award.
retired.
Brick needed an award because even though he didn't get the most votes on anything, he got enough votes where it's like, oh geez, I have to give him something.
Yeah.
Would have been a bigger robbery than the Grammys.
True.
He's
Brick. Same with Buddha.
so
Same with
nice.
Buddha. Buddha was always down to sub. I don't know. Always tilt proof too. He was on GCA as well.
Yep.
Okay, so now that honorable mentions is over, okay, I need an actual drum roll because this is the MVP of the whole season.
Hold on, I think I have one.
Oh really? Okay.
No, that's button to.
Yeah, hold on. I think I might find it.
I don't have it. Sorry.
Golf
Okay,
claps.
the clap works. The clap works.
I don't got it.
Drum roll,
I can-
please.
No, my tip wasn't working.
It is
Yay!
you, Grogus IRL. So this is why I waited to tell you guys. You, Grogus IRL, got first in voting for overall MVP. Dream got second. Somehow I got third. That was silly. But Dream technically got first place for the mid MVP votes. So it's funny that the overall MVP wasn't even the mid MVP. You guys split those two awards basically, which I thought was funny.
I have no clue
this
why
is-
it was even an option.
And this is the part where you scrap it and say, I'm actually MVP, right?
I think out of everything that has happened here, I think this is deserved. Ugragas
Yes.
has played
Absolutely.
phenomenally. And I know he's being super humble in chat, and I respect him for that. Yeah, I mean, he was an absolute powerhouse. That especially when I was playing against him, I was a coward and played tanks, and because I was completely scared of him, and I understand his ability. If Ugragas got a lead, he would have carried.
Yeah. Dream and I were talking about this in private chats earlier where it's so funny that they split the awards because usually if you're the MVP of the whole league, you also won the MVP of your specific position. I think it's fair that they split it because I know Dream did amazing all season too. But yeah, so that's why I made that distinction earlier that it's kind of funny that they split the awards. But yeah, Gragas IRL, you definitely deserve it. So you got the MVP of the whole season. You get the biggest, baddest badge. The biggest, whatever the coolest badge is, you get it.
You will be at the top
Yeah.
of the list, I can assure you.
What is his name in chat anyway?
Rengar is my kitty.
Kitty.
Roar.
Yeah.
I mean, just to like kind of piggyback, I do think like, so a lot of teams going in, I think this MVP reward is really deserved for Joey. A lot of teams going in, kind of placing Ethan's Gremlins. The game plan was just to not give Joey a lead. And I can't say the same for like our team. My team, although yeah, I have carry potential, I have other people on my team that also have as much as I do. So I think this MVP is really deserved for Gragas.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the main difference is you had most kills. I mean, you say we carry,
Well,
but I mean, you had most kills by a lot. Like Fasalto,
I'm just
there's only a
saying,
couple
like,
people that could have caught you, and they weren't.
I just think it went to the right player. I think it went to the right player.
I think it's deserving that you both got awards. You both split the two big awards.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
deserving.
Well, I think it makes sense that the person who wins like overall MVP isn't gonna win like a solo role, you know.
Yeah, it could make sense. I could see that making sense. I just what was it? I do like that because I think Dream definitely deserved an award. So, but yeah, that was that's good. So, congratulate. I mean, there's so many people that could have won the MVP award. If I'm being honest, like
Yeah, a lot
could
of great players.
yeah, but yeah. So that was yeah. We'll move on. But good job to you, Gragas IRL, getting the MVP. Now let's look forward. Let's look at the playoff brackets. We can talk about predictions and other things. This is technically so up top I have the rounds of the playoffs. Granted, like some of these can be combined. I assume weeks 3 and 4 will be played in the same week, but we can talk about that more later.
Depends when week 3 could actually play, or when they can actually
exactly.
play. Or it's really
Exactly.
week 4 and 5, but week 4 and 5
Yep.
are like both like single matches.
Yep. Exactly. So let me break it down for you. We would rather play Pokemon as playing Peacekeepers week 1 or match 1. It doesn't have to be in the same week, but like, and then Camel Core and Crab Rate. Although we are going to have a pretty strict, like Dynamic said earlier, we're going to have a pretty strict cutoff for when you need to be playing your playoff games, because we're not going to have a repeat of last season where the playoffs took longer than the regular season, or like basically the same amount of time. We can't be having that. The playoffs need to be done in like 4 to 5 weeks because we got to start the next season, right?
Yeah.
Preferably even sooner. But anyhow, we would rather play Pokemon plays Peacekeepers round 1. Camel Core and Crab Rave do the same. The there's going to be 2 losers here. Ethan's Gremlins is going to have their pick of the loser, of one of the losers, and then Arctic Wave will play the other loser. Then the 2 winners play each other. The loser of round 2 in the upper bracket goes down here. This is the same format they've been doing in the LCS and LEC for a while. So if you guys watch Pro, you're familiar with this. Basically, the top 4 teams have a double elimination advantage, and the bottom 2 teams do not. So, any of you guys in chat have any questions on this? How this bracket works? It's the same thing we did last season. No. Silence.
Are you asking us, or are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking
Twitch
if you have
chat?
any questions.
Oh, no.
Well, also, I guess also if they have, if the audience has questions too, I guess. But anyway, I guess there's no questions. I guess it's the same thing we did last season, so I don't expect many questions.
They'll figure it. People will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there are any questions, please do not forget to reach out to an admin. I would rather have you guys reach out for a clarification thing than assuming something, going forward with it, the games are played, and then technically you're in violation of the rules. I don't want to have to get to that point. So reach out, please.
Pat is asking why there was one question where I was the only answer. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie, and that is slander. And everyone has willingly voted me the sexiest person in the league every year for 4 seasons in a row. Anyway, moving on. Do we have any predictions, or I guess it's weird to get into predictions because we have people on different teams in chat here.
I can start a prediction at least for the first matchup.
Yeah, I know you're gonna go for your team.
Well, we'll let the chat vote.
Yeah, we can do a chat
vote.
vote.
Yeah, do a chat.
We can do an entire LBL wide vote if you want to put up a survey.
I was just gonna do it in chat real quick with the channel points.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Go ahead and vote. Who do you think is gonna win? We rather play Pokemon or Peacekeepers? Let us know.
I guess you could do it for the next matchup too.
True.
Or can you only do one at a time?
I think you can only do one at a time.
It's one at a time, but I just put this for a minute, so.
Okay.
Oh wait,
well,
I can't. Well, people are.
It's also going to pay out. Yeah.
I'll just never pay out.
Yeah. Okay.
I could just not pay out.
I'm just not gonna vote anymore. Is what I'm hearing.
I'm just saying it is heavily swung in Peacekeeper's favor.
That's crazy.
I wonder why.
Wait, it just swung back. No.
I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Oh wait, I needed to do a poll.
People-
Here we go.
What is this?
Here we go.
Oh, I'm getting robbed by Twitch chat.
Wait.
So,
I guess
Dynamic, if you lose,
that one run and then
I'm pretty positive Ethan picks you guys.
here we go.
I'm not sure. I mean, this makes me think we're just not gonna lose.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we have a poll.
Where's my money? I want my money back.
Now we got a real poll. We'll all right.
There we go.
We rather play
CR,
Pokemon is gonna be the winner. That's what chat voted.
Okay.
This is a tough one for. Honestly, both the matchups are going to be really good.
Gragas, I'm picking that. I'm picking Malphite Galio again. If we face you, you're gonna have to ban it. I'm playing that.
A lot of crap.
This is tough. Both the first round matchups, tough for me. Tough.
Wow, it is a lot of crab rave votes. You're not kidding.
That's crazy. Actually, I didn't even know there were that many people in the chat.
Perhaps
Crab is pretty scary.
Believing. They're
crab
believing in the
favorites.
crab.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Crabs are all the rage right now. Not the
Or
disease.
perhaps
They're
it
weird.
is simply just because Salto has been like an absolute powerhouse. Could be that. You never know.
Yeah,
Yep.
true. I mean, I will say,
Yeah.
I mean, they did play each other right before the end of the season, and Camel Corps did take it
Oh, okay. Okay.
Damn. Maybe they've learned since
2-1.
then.
Maybe.
I guess we'll see then. Yeah.
Like, I
guess
think they kind of
we'll
were able to
see.
like shut down for Salter for the most part, but I mean, we'll see. To me, I don't know. For Salter might be the most improved player to me. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, he went off. He went off this season.
definitely showed. He
Yeah.
I think I put him like middle of the pack ADC maybe, a little above, a little bit above, but
So let's play a little bit of Nostradamus, like crystal ball style here. Let's say if the votes are correct here, PK moved down to play one of the teams, and then Crab or Camel Corps
you
moved.
just assume Ethan's Gremlins will pick the lower C, so let's just assume they pick Peacekeepers.
Yeah, exactly. So let's assume it's EG versus PK, and let's assume it's TAW versus Camel Corps. What do we think about those matchups in the lower bracket?
All right, let's run.
Listen, baby, we win those.
I'm knocking
We
your
win
mouth
those.
like
We win
We win
those.
those.
I'm knocking your mouth like Galio. I'm making you Gragas IRL suffer. Whatever happens, he's suffering.
I just threw up in my mouth.
All right, chat. Let us know. Ethan's Gremlins, Peacekeepers. Who we going?
Oh,
Ooh, there's a
geez.
poll
I
in
like
chat. Yeah,
these
there's another
votes
poll in
on the
chat.
fly. I like this.
I like it. Come on, guys.
Oh, that's a tough
Peacekeeper
one.
hype.
I think I gotta go with Peacekeepers. I think
Dude,
they've shown.
think
I
of
think
they
got
Les
hotter.
Force, man. Les Force is an
Well-
absolute force. Think of it.
Peacekeepers
but I
have gotten
actually-
hotter as the season has went on.
I think
I
Ethan's
actually
Gremlins
want
will
to
pull some
fight-
subs.
Maybe they don't have the full team, but I really do want to fight EG, so I am voting EG.
Oh, okay. Looks like so
Oh.
far Twitch chat is siding in favor of Peacekeepers.
That's true.
Yeah, I will say, Mike, your playoff thing is like a little bit confusing for the low bracket because it's the winners play each other. I guess
Yeah.
it's just the winners, but or
Yeah,
whenever they go win,
The
it looks
win-
like it's
the
almost a
winners play
separate
each other.
matchup.
yeah. It's confusing the wording, but what it means is like winner plays winner.
The
like,
yeah, the losers of those matchups are out because it's double
Yeah.
win, but
yeah,
because they're in the losers bracket.
which is what winner means. Is just like the losers are out, and I don't know. It we can reword it if it and then post it if it helps, but it kind of makes sense to me in my brain. But like my brain's also weird, so
Let's see now. Arctic Wave versus Camel Corps.
yeah.
Taking
Arctic
it.
Wave versus Camel Corps. Ooh, that's a tough one. That'll be a good one.
That one is a hard one. I think if Arctic Wave is on top of it, everyone's awake, caffeinated. I think Arctic Wave takes it. I think if Arctic
Everyone's
Wave,
caffeinated.
I think if Arctic Wave isn't on the ball, I don't think they're gonna have it. They have to play it. They have to play at their top echelon to win this one. I think.
Dude, I've seen Arctic Wave play. Arctic's in here. I've seen Arctic
Hey.
Wave play the best league I've ever seen, and then like some of the worst.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
Yo,
It's
okay,
true,
not as
though.
bad as okay,
It is true.
not as
It
bad
is
as
true.
my team has had bigger swings than your team. We played amazing, and then we played the worst in the league, like
Actually,
worst.
You guys FF
Twitch
some
chat
games,
is
so, I mean,
very divided. This is a very close.
Ooh,
poll.
this is a close one.
Yeah.
This is a close one. I like this. I like this. I like what Twitch chat's showing us.
Ooh, they one
Ooh.
vote difference so far.
Wow.
Oh, Camel Corps just
Camel
took a
Corps takes it by
lead.
one. Yeah. Wow.
close game.
Oh,
Close game.
Arctic, do you want to slander the audience now?
No, there's no slander. No slander.
No,
I lost the poll fair and square. I lost
By one. It's gonna be a close one.
by one.
It's gonna be a close one. That's
It
true.
will,
Yeah.
it will.
Better give us a good game then.
Yeah. I don't know. This will be a good playoffs. I mean,
The last one.
I think I know who's gonna win it, but it's going to be good. I think it's gonna be good games all the way hell there.
All right. Last
Um,
vote. Who's gonna win the upper bracket?
That's true.
Ooh, yeah. Might as well do the upper bracket.
Who's going straight to finals?
That's true. That's the thing. If you're in the upper bracket, you just got to win 2 series and you're in finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
It
for-
is wow.
for
This
some
this
teams, that
vote.
could be could be detrimental.
Yeah.
This
If you
vote
go
is
to the lower bracket,
considerably
you have
more
to play
one-sided.
more series than you would like to. Let's just say that.
Considerably more one-sided Twitch vote.
Crab Rave definitely has a chance.
We already 3-0'd him. Not
I
worried.
think Dream needs to be sick. I think
Okay.
Dream needs to be ill or unable to attend in some way, shape, or form.
You're giving me way too much credit. I'm just gonna be honest.
Dream's already ill in the head.
Okay, Dream says that, and again, he had the most kills in the
Most
league.
kills.
Dream says that, and he draws 5 bans every game.
Like last series, he's averaging 13 kills was his lowest. 13, 15, and 19. I mean, all right, Dream.
Yeah.
Like 40 kills in one series.
You're gonna make me blush.
Okay,
Dude,
so
I mean,
now it's who wins the lower bracket and then goes to the championship, right? That's the vote here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run the whole playoffs right here. Who's the
let's do it. Why not?
Let's see,
We got
let's see
time.
if Twitch chat can predict the future.
We have time.
Who won Ethan's Grill as the Peacekeepers?
I don't remember.
It was.
I know.
I think it was.
Peacekeepers.
I think it was barely
Is it-
Peacekeepers. I think it's
Peacekeepers?
barely
Peacekeepers?
Peacekeepers.
No, it was Peacekeepers. It was Peacekeepers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see who's winning Camel Corps of Peacekeepers.
Camel Corps Peacekeepers.
This is getting harder and harder.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the point of playoffs. I think is to pit harder and harder
Hopefully.
teams against each other.
Dang, Peacekeepers jumping out to
Wow.
a huge lead.
think
Where's my camel people? Come on.
I think we all
Camels
know
asleep.
where the final vote swings here. I think we
Where's
have
the
a
camel
all
caravan? All right, we don't even need to finish that voting.
No, here's what's gonna happen, okay? Based on the prediction I'm seeing in Twitch chat, right? So Peacekeepers loses to We'd Rather Play Pokemon in the first week. They win the lower bracket, and then they win the whole series as the redemption arc. Because they learned how to
Ooh.
play against Pokemon.
Ooh, redemption anime arc.
Yep.
All right, who's got this one? To go into the finals.
Oh, we got the crab ravers in chat.
Ooh, there's a lot of support for Crab here. Oh, it's swinging around.
Oh, this is even. This is dead even.
Ooh. Hold on.
We need everybody to vote.
Maybe we should
I
have
don't
picked
know.
Camel Corps, let Crab Rave Peacekeeper play in the
of-
first round.
Think of how powerful Lest Force is, guys. Think of how powerful he is.
He's
Vote
just-
Peacekeepers. Think of
They were
how
trying to sell
how
his
much
team.
we funnel. Think of how much
Think
we
of how
funnel.
weak Dynamic is. Think of how
We weak side mid, we weak side top, we strong side objectives, we strong side
Let
left
that
force.
disgusting tank mid player win.
Jake,
on, guys.
Dynamic,
vote
you're gonna
in.
end up putting your entire strategy on stream. Like,
Okay.
chill out.
Our
buddy.
entire
on.
strategy, our strategy is not a secret.
Okay, I just think
It's
of Frosty.
not, but you're-
Crab Rave.
Okay,
No.
Gabby.
Wait, I think we already know
No.
what the final result would be then.
I think so too. Throw it up anyway, though. I think it's a good idea. Is the trade window still open? Les, you're not leaving.
Yeah, I'll give you. Actually, no. It's not.
Wait, we can talk about that trade, right?
No.
No, fuck off.
Oh, wait, it's
Okay,
currently swinging.
okay,
Ooh,
so this is the championship, huh?
this is the
Yeah,
championship
why-
vote.
Championship.
Why'd my captain just accept me saying that?
I didn't accept anything for the record.
You didn't contest me
Contemplated.
saying
I didn't contest.
Dang. All right, how close is this one looking? Kind of close. Still kind of close.
Yeah.
This would be a hype. This would be a hype championship. I'm not gonna lie.
The rematch from the semifinal or semifinal of the upper bracket.
That's how it goes.
Your top laner's got a point dynamic.
There's a good chance you have to play the same team twice in this playoffs if you're
The
gonna win
top
the
laner's right.
championship.
Our strategy is to win.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. Okay,
Dang,
that was a
9 to
very
7.
close vote. Yeah, wow.
Some close
Oof,
ones there at the end. 1 or 2 votes.
Yeah.
Yes. Where are you getting all these Lilia emotes, man? I need to know.
Well,
Scientific reasons, of course.
anybody have anything to say about the playoffs before we move to the next slide?
Nope.
What side? No.
No.
Sweet.
Get your
Next slide, I
get your games done during the in that week.
Yes, we are, like we've said before, we're not going to allow late playoff games because if we have a repeat of last season, I am going to be sad, very depressed.
We're just not allowing it.
Yeah, we're just not going to allow it.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way to find which team deserved it more, whether it be the team that offered the most times. Like we'll figure out a way, but we're just not going to allow it. Next slide. Interviews, which a couple people have reached out for interviews. Let's see
guys,
here.
join general discussions.
ISO will be the interviewee for my team, ISO Square, who's in my chat.
I see ISO in your chat, so he can be first.
Start with ISO.
Go ahead and bring him
Sure.
in.
We can start with ISO. Yeah.
Go ahead and drag him in. Do we have some questions already that we want to ask?
I was just gonna wing it, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Oh, there we go.
I got him.
You got him. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, ISO.
What up, ISO? So, ISO, you had a trash team with a trash captain.
True.
No, just kidding. So my first question is like, what? Well, I'll just start with a very general, broad question. What was your thoughts on the season? What was your thoughts on your team, and what could have gone better? What did go correctly? Just give me your thoughts.
I think the main problem was that we had to have all the subs a lot because, I know that other admins can see our team chat wasn't very active. I know for me and for Shailene, I have classes in the morning, so I was available every single night. But for the positions we had to get subs for, they just didn't really respond in Discord, so that's why we had to hit subs so much.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely wasn't. It wasn't our fault. And another issue is, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, you're good. You're good.
two of the two people who didn't show up the most are two of the lower ranked people in the league. So finding subs for them without going over on points was virtually
it was
impossible.
difficult.
It was impossible. Yeah, it. So of course we got accused of subgate, which is probably fair, but it was also just an unwinnable situation.
I would definitely have been down to take more not punishments, but take away bans, whatever. Things like that for a higher ranked sub.
Yeah.
I will say that is what you get for drafting arguably the better, or if not best, bot lane in the whole league. It's gonna be what you get. It's not necessarily best other places.
Well, I would agree and disagree. I would say yes, we deserved the lower ranked other two players. We did not deserve people just not showing up to the games. But again, not calling anyone out.
True.
Because that people just not showing up to game time has nothing to do with the points we had left.
True. Unfortunate, but true. Yeah.
But that's fine. And again, this isn't calling anyone out because there were health issues and family issues. That's not what I. It's nothing like that. It's just
some of the days people could show up was days the other team couldn't do. So they could show up for some days, but you couldn't make those days.
It was an unfortunate circumstance. It was no one's fault. No one's getting called out. It's one of those situations.
Just have to keep cooking up the bot lane picks.
Right, did that. Yeah.
Actually,
that was a fun season. It really was.
You guys were close to at least hitting the tiebreaker. You just needed that 3-0.
Yeah, I thought going into the last series that we didn't have a chance, so that's why in game 2 we played Twitch Shaco because we thought that'd be funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
If I knew we had a chance, we would have played something else.
Yep.
I misdid the math as well, so I take blame for that. But I also a little bit think Arctic Wave deserves the last spot in the playoffs. I think they used a lot less subs than us.
Yeah, especially with the sub problems we were having, we probably would have had to forfeit the game for playoffs anyway.
I don't want to go to the playoffs if we're going to have two subs every match in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's probably better on Arctic's team.
Which we are now. I don't know if we didn't set it in stone, but as admins we were talking about only allowing one max sub for the playoffs per team. But again, that's something we can talk about more after this. Yeah, I don't know. That was a fun season. None of us really got tilted. We just cooked and had fun.
I hope there's some more wacky bot lane picks for
Yeah,
playoffs. LeBlanc support goes hard.
right. You and Scaling were fun to play with. It was just like you guys just like didn't care. You were just there to have fun. I mean, we cared if we won or lost, but it wasn't like the end of the world,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, that was good. Sorry, I'll stop. I feel like I'm. Anyone have questions for ISO? I was on his team, so I probably shouldn't be asking all the questions.
Who do you think the hardest matchup was for you guys, ISO?
I think it was Dream's team because it was a disparity like our best position versus their best position. It was harder for us to try and carry the game. Because Dream just got like giga fed every game, and then even if we were ahead bot or top, like it was too large of a difference. Because like I can get CS lead bot, but like kill lead and like mid tower, like that's just too much to overcome.
Yeah, that series was kind of doomed from the
I think
start.
that was our roughest series. Although game 3 was fun.
We only lost 2 series all season, and the first series we lost was week 1, and actually all 3 games were super close. I'd say, like,
I think yeah, that losing that series was what made me and Scaling think like we have to play something that's not standard bot lane because even if we get CS lead, like take first tower, that's not enough. We need to like snowball our lane with carry picks.
yeah,
I mean, I will say, at least for our series, I mean, scaling on that LeBlanc was a bit of a menace. We were definitely making sure we paid attention to him, trying to shut him down in the fights because that was a little scary.
oh yeah, I remember that. That's funny. The LeBlanc support went off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was doing all his shot calling through my mic, which was leaving his mic muted.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. He silenced his mic, and we could not hear him any of the games. I could barely hear him in the distance.
Now, I do have a question for you, ISO, and I think you kind of just mentioned a little bit of it, of kind of where I wanted to go with this question. You mentioned you kind of took what you learned, understood how the lane was being played, and understood that you needed to change something from there. Is there anything else that, looking back at the season, you think you could have, should have, would have done differently? Maybe communicated with your teammates that we should have done this differently. And what do you take going forward into season 3, if you are going to play in season 3, that you think will be a useful tool to bring to the next team you play on?
I think the most important thing for me was that most of the time, and I've seen this in like pro play too, they just see the meta and that's what they play. Or like for some people like their comfort picks, that's what they play. But there's a lot of champs that like just aren't seen, even though they're good because people don't want to try them or like don't think it'll work out. Like elite support, like no one ever played it, and then one guy got high elo with it, so pros started playing it, and people realized, wow, this is actually a kind of good. So I think trying more of those things can be beneficial because you might just won't expect that coming out.
Okay, I like it. I like it. And then going forward in season 3, I hope you're gonna play us in season 3.
I plan on
Um,
it.
do you think the dynamic between your teammates, if you get drafted on the same team again, or if you get drafted against them, I mean, do you think it was beneficial to play with these individuals? Did you learn their play styles, or are you saying I don't want to play with this team anymore, going forward with your
Um,
horrible captain, for instance? Um,
well, to be fair,
Yeah,
Mikey
true.
did say when drafting me, I know he doesn't want me to draft him, but I'm doing it anyway.
That did happen. I was
like
like,
it,
I,
like
I, I was like, I know the brothers don't want to be drafted by me, but it's happening.
the guy just
I
keeps
think
getting
the
kidnapped.
sub stuff just got in the way of like learning teammates because we had basically a different team every week.
True.
I really, if I when I play next season, just want a team that is more consistent in that.
okay, fair.
Might be something to look
By the
into
way,
for captains. Ask people their
something.
availability.
Yeah, yeah. We'll and we'll work on that in the next season. I feel like I will say the availability this season was way better than the average availability last season. Last season there was not a single series that didn't at least have one sub. This season I think there were several that didn't have any subs, if I'm not mistaken.
I fully stand
That's a
by
good bit.
the scheduling tool. I think that was a phenomenal thing. I know somebody was using it last year, but I think 70% of the league did not have access to that tool. At least for my team, that made a huge difference in learning where people have time to play. So
Yeah. So even though people complain about people's availability this season, honestly, it was still a major improvement. I know it may not seem like it, and like for our team, it definitely didn't seem like it, but overall, the league average, it got better. I just wanted to keep improving. I mean, again, life happens. That's fine. Uh, and subs basically always stepped up, which was good.
True.
If only I could have
perfect.
subbed more.
You
Only
what?
like two. If only I would have subbed more because I have a lot of free time, but I can only sub for like 2 people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too many
Well,
people.
you're such high rank. Come
You're
on.
too high elo.
Come on,
Yeah,
I'm
the-
Emerald,
growing through
guys. I'm
games.
Emerald.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Then I'm
I'm
gold.
plat, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, I think I'm plat or gold.
Yeah,
Then if
same. I
that's
was
the case.
gold here for most of the time.
Yeah, it's like if that's the case, we're all going down.
Drop everybody's rank.
Yeah, I guess drop everyone.
Perfect.
I think I'm plat 4 right now or something.
I-
But what was I gonna say?
I
Oh
do know. Oh, sorry.
no, you go ahead.
Yeah, I do know that we've got a lot of people I see in general discussions. I know a few other people are coming up here for an interview. So do we have any final questions for ISO?
I just want to say one thing before ISO left. Because I know you and Scalene had some very valid complaints about like there's not enough punishments for going over on points and there's probably not enough benefits for having a lot of extra points at the end of the draft. Something we are tentatively talking about for next season is if you have a lot of extra points, you can ignore the fearless per series rule set, and if you're if you have if you've used too many points or too many negative points, we're talking about you never getting side selection. Just like kind of, we're just trying to add as many little benefits as possible to make it so you're punished harder for getting a better team. You know.
Sure, and I don't think we saw any of it, but I just think there was potential for a team to be like, well, I'll just draft the 5 highest ranked players. We don't really need bans.
So,
Well, we
so
tried
by
to. We tried
by
to.
the original draft rules I had, which I don't know if we followed, and that's my fault. Technically, you had if you didn't have enough points to draft anyone, you had to draft the lowest ranked available player. So you couldn't technically draft the 5 highest ranked people. I don't know if we actually followed those rules in the draft, but I think
we
that's
did.
what we want to do next season.
I think that was how you end up, how a lot of people end up with, at least for the final picks, how a lot of people end up with their picks for the final one.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's we didn't
So-
have, I guess, enough low ranked people, so that's why some teams ended up with a lot of negative points. But
Yeah.
pretty much every team ended up with following that rule.
But just to stop teams from getting 5 Masters players, we're obviously going to be like, well, you have to draft within your points, or you have to draft the lowest available player.
I mean, the only
You
other
know.
way is to make it where if you do end up drafting above, you should redo the whole draft. Like you should not allowed at all to draft over.
There's
That's-
a lot
yeah.
of things in the works. I don't
Yeah,
want
we'll
to
talk
reveal
about
too
that.
many of our updates.
You know what? We don't want to reveal
right here
too much.
right
Yeah.
now.
We're
I
working
will
on
say
it.
though, we are going to, if we allow teams to go negative, we are going to punish them harder next season, like what I talked about, and we're going to reward teams for going positive points more. That's all. That's really all I should say.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Nope.
Alrighty. Thank you, ISO. We're gonna drag another player up here. I can kick you or you can leave. What would you prefer?
I'll just leave.
I thought your team sucked, ISO.
I'll just say I'm rooting for Arctic.
Fair.
Let's go.
Fair.
What was that
Alright.
noise?
Alright, since I
Full
did
Left Force in
see,
here.
yeah,
He
Les
was
was
the fir- he was the
originally
first one
in there first.
Go
Yep.
ahead,
I
pull him.
hate that guy.
There he is. The goat.
Last Force. Hello.
Yo, how's it going?
The goat jungle.
Goes well.
Yo,
So
what up? What up?
I'll let Michael start off with the initial questions, and I'll hit you with the hard ones.
Yeah. You're the captain. You hit him with the hard ones. What do you think about how many awards you won today? You won like 5 awards. I don't know if it was 5. I'm just making that up, but you won a lot of awards.
I mean, like I had a good season, right? But I really do my team glazes the hell out of me, and like I'm not someone that likes to take a lot of credit for stuff. I mean, it's like unironically like Brick playing tanks top, dynamic, playing safe mid, like Gapic roaming around the map. Like I'm not gonna look good if they don't like let me kind of play the way that I like to play. It's like very methodical. It's very like you gotta trust. And so it's all my team. Like, sure, I have to like get the kills. I gotta get the gold, but like if they don't let me do that, it's like pretty much cooked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you honestly, I would say I told Dynamic, I was like, well, based on his win percentage and where he is, he should be masters on our list. Um, but the reason we had you at Diamond 4 is because you've been Diamond 4 the last couple seasons, right?
Yeah, well, so like
This was your
before this
top.
season, yeah, like before this season, I'd peak D3 and then immediately go back down to D4, and then we don't talk about the end of last split. But then like at this split, like and this is like actually like thanks to Dream, like he messaged me, he's like, let's race D4, and then 2 days later he hits D4, so it's like not really a race, and then he's like, let's race the Masters, and I like jokingly said like, oh yeah, like well we can race, and like I'll see you there in 5 days, um, but then we both just started absolutely murdering it in ranked, like he got up till what like D1 40 something, I think he's still hanging around there, like I unfortunately got to D198, and then some unfortunate things happened. But yeah, I don't know, just like everything kind of clicked. And I probably wouldn't have climbed like that if it wasn't for Dream challenging me to that. So yeah, I don't know, it's just been a very very good split.
Well, sadly for you, we'll probably be raising your rank for next season, but no, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's any other questions?
Yeah, I'll hit him with the hard ones here now. I'll ask almost identical question I asked ISO as well. Is what and he mentioned it a little bit on how he adjusted his lane play, and what they ended up changing. And I know you haven't talked about that yet, but what did you learn about the season? What did you learn about the way your teammates played? And kind of about yourself. Was there anything that you took out of the entire season that you wish you started at the beginning, that you would have done differently, that you said, hey guys, I don't think we should do this, I think we should do this, and instead of doing that at the end of the season, you did it at the beginning? Is there anything particular that comes to mind?
I think maybe for me, like the first couple weeks, like I got brought in like completely new entity. Like the only person in the league I knew was Dream, and so like I wasn't super like I don't have the VODs or anything, but like I don't remember being super like communicative or like I don't because I'm not even assertive like now at this point, but like I was much more of like trying to play for the team. Like I remember like we played like a Skarner game, like tried playing some more like utility kind of early on, and like I think as the weeks went on and we kind of figured out like how the team likes to play, which again you have now leaked at least 5 times on stream. Like we've kind of figured out like what works best for us, and not say that's all we can do. But like now that we like really figured out like these are the archetypes of like what we need top, what we need support, what we need mid, and like what we got to do. I think maybe if I had just like kind of been more, because it's not that I didn't have those thoughts at the beginning of the season, but I was also just more of like kind of reserved and just kind of wanted to like feel out what the team vibe was. Um, but no, I mean I think definitely like over the coming weeks like started vibing with everyone a lot more. And like I said on my feedback, I said I really enjoyed the season. Hopefully not getting knocked out, but however it goes, I really enjoyed the season.
Perfect.
That's,
Thank you. Yeah.
that's good to hear. We like to hear that people enjoyed the season, and on all the feedback surveys. By the way, thank you guys. There was a ton of feedback surveys, um, which and award surveys. I will say it was very positive feedback. And we're gonna read through all of it as an admin team, and yeah, that was that was a really good season, and yeah, you had a pop off season. Won, like I said, won a ton of awards, both statistical awards and then obviously the voted on award. So yeah, probably in the MVP discussion as well. Sadly, that's already been given away.
That's right.
Yeah. What do you think about your team's chance in the playoffs? Like, what if you were to put a statistical chance on it of you winning the whole thing? What would it be?
It's 50-50, right? It either happens or it doesn't.
I hate you for that.
I hate that.
No, I mean, like, for a more serious answer, right? I think that, like, we got the hardest matchup week 1. I think that we'd rather play Pokemon are really good, and like, I personally think Dream's the best player in the league, and I think from what I've watched some of the Risen draft games you guys play, and I think Zalman Khan is very good in the jungle. Like, some of the games have been a little tough, but like, I think like the comms like seem very good, and so I think whoever wins that top left matchup, or whichever spot it was at in the bracket, I think whoever loses that is going to come up from the other side. I think that they are we are the two best teams, and I think we're just going to rematch in finals. It's almost maybe better that we lose the first matchup. That way, like, we don't have the pressure to beat them a second time. You know what I mean? Like, we run the loser side, and I think Dynamic called it the anime art. Just run the gauntlet and win in finals. I don't know if I like had to put a number on it. I'd probably say like, I don't know. I'll stick with 50-50.
That's
okay. There you go. Salman Khan's the number cruncher here.
I'll say who's obviously besides yourself, who do you think has the highest chance making it to the finals?
Let me look at the bracket again. I mean, so I didn't get to play against Camel Corps at all, so it's like very hard for me to like say too much about them. And the Arctic Wave, like, those are just two teams that we didn't face. I think Crab, like, we lost to them 1-2, but I think that series was a very good like defining moment for the team, because game 2 can literally be boiled down to we had used our R's before a dragon fight and then tried to fight a Misfortune with R without any ults, and she got a triple kill, and then we just couldn't play the game anymore. And then game 3 was the infamous put me on a tank, and then that was like the end of it for Dynamic. Like, we're just not doing that anymore. So I mean, I think Crab is like pretty good, and Camel, because Camel won their like last series, right? Like, when they played a couple weeks ago or whatever. I think of that, I would probably lean Camel Corps at the moment. Again, maybe if EG like has like their fully intended lineup, because I know when we faced them, I think they had a couple subs. And then for, like I said, it's just hard with like Arctic Wave, because I think the game I watched today was like the first I had seen of them this season, and they kind of play pretty rambunctious from what I saw in that series. So I'd probably go, probably Camel Corps.
Okay.
Nice. I'm excited.
Yep, I am too. Although Les is getting his revenge on me and revealing our secrets that we intend to throw the upper bracket and win in the lower. So.
Oh, well, it's funny you mentioned throwing. I've already gotten PayPal offers while I was in the general discussions.
From Dream, right? Yeah. From Dream. Yeah.
Well, I can't name like which WDPK member was consulting, but they sent me an offer that I couldn't refuse. So like, if I suggest Rek'Sai on whenever our series is, just like,
completely understandable.
It was for the greater good, right?
Yep.
Hey, business is business. Come on.
I understand that completely.
Anyone else have any questions for the goat or for the goat jungler?
Dream, you got
Yeah,
anything?
what's it like playing with one of the lower tier mid laners of the league?
Got him.
Nah, Dynamic's great.
No, he is a good player.
He's okay.
We had exactly one game that we were not on the same page, and we fixed it immediately the next game. And
yes, we
I don't remember who that was against. But yeah, it's been great.
Probably my team, because we were amazing. I'm just kidding. No, I remember playing against you guys and subbing for you guys like 2 or 3 series. So I actually have a lot of experience with and against your team, and your team is really good.
Why did I just catch so much flack all of a sudden?
You're the worst.
I went downstairs to get a beverage and I came back up and there was harassment against
Ah,
admins.
Very.
Is it
You
not
deserve
deserved?
Fair,
Was it not
fair.
deserved?
Perfect. All right. Do we have any final questions for Lest? We're gonna drag up our next interviewee.
Is it plutonium or IRES? Who's next?
Wow.
That I didn't notice, so I'm not sure.
We can go.
I know
we can go
plutonium
out- we can
wanted
go,
to be.
Yeah, we can go plutonium.
Sure.
Bring him up.
Lest, would you like to be kicked or are you gonna leave?
I can see myself out. You
No,
guys have a great rest
Hey,
of the
I'm
night.
not just kidding.
No,
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
God,
you for
got
coming
it.
up here. Thank you for the interview. Thank you,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah, no, thanks
Uh,
a bunch. Peace.
Peace.
Same, both at
I
the
love,
same time.
I love how you give them the option to be kicked. It's
I want to use my admin powers. I wanna exercise
You're
my-
like, do you want the boot in the butt?
give you that server timeout for 10 minutes.
Well.
It
Plutonium.
is your
Jerry.
turn to shine.
Jerry, the tier list maker himself.
That's right.
Oh, there he is.
I'll carry the content.
Trash talking.
All I gotta say is we didn't end 3-15.
Yeah, you
No
did.
siree.
You guys turned up.
We
That's right. I
were-
said biggest surprise. Or
Biggest
for Salto's
surprise.
my
Not the
MVP.
10th ranked mid laner, maybe.
Hey.
I voted for Salto MVP. I didn't put you 10th.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, plutonium. I'll just butt in here. Solomon said our team was going to get 2 wins the whole season, not 2 series wins, 2 game wins the whole season.
Yeah, we were gonna get 3 game
It was
wins.
pretty
So.
close.
I'll lock it up. You had a bunch of stuff. Honestly, the mid-seasons got leaked before I wanted them to get leaked, so. But I'll stand by
You
it.
can thank IRES for that.
That's true.
He's the one who leaked them. So
I forgot to hide it, but it's okay. It was a week early.
Those mid-season rankings also said we were not going to win a single game the rest of the season. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, well, if you play with your full team, I don't know, maybe.
Hey, I mean, we did have Subgate.
yeah, how many of those 72 subs were just Mikey's team?
Mikey and EG were tied. If EG actually ended up playing, we're able to play. But
Hey, we were in a tough position. We needed something. We needed it.
that's fair.
You never needed an Emerald 3 sub. I wanted to pay it forward, Mikey.
You could have subbed in for me, but I actually made every game for my team, man. Somehow.
You know what? Subs only had a 50% win rate, so.
That's pretty
Subs
good though.
weren't,
I feel like that's decent.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's
that's
what
what
it
we
should
wanted.
be at.
That's
Yeah.
what we wanted.
So it should
Yeah.
be at.
Or slightly over
One
50.
flip every
50,
sub.
but 52. Still, that's what we wanted.
I guess I should ask you a question about your team now that
Yeah,
we got done.
we should actually run through the interview questions.
As much as I
Yeah.
trash talk Solomon for his rankings, I'm glad he comes out with them because it's content.
It's all in good fun.
So keep coming out with them, Solomon. I'll keep trash talking you, but please keep doing it. But yeah, so the broad question that I've asked a lot of people: what do you think about your team's season overall? What do you think went right? What do you think went wrong? And what do you think moving forward is what you need to do?
Well, we had a rough start of it. Dream decided to play Vayne mid, kind of cringe. I don't know.
Bro.
The jury's still out on that one. Maybe we need to hold a poll. But we started out. We weren't really communicating, and then we really started to scrim after week 1. Really started to figure out what comps work for us. Sadly, I was out week 2, but Mikey hard carried Malzahar ulting the LeBlanc support every game.
Yes. That's right.
So the win against Peacekeepers really was the turning point for the team, and that really restored the confidence in our ability to win games. And then it sort of just took off from there. We were really feeling ourselves. We maybe made some poor decisions the night before doing some fun in-house all-fill games until 6 in the morning. Our AD carry was a little tired before the Camel Corp series, but so I think it'll be much easier this time around.
Yeah, I think your team surprised a lot of people. And we didn't know a lot about your team going in, and now I think we know a lot, and you all performed well.
I think special shout out to Nick. He really stepped forward. Nobody had faith in Frisalto, but he came forward and he practiced hard in ARAMs every single day and really got him perform.
I'll disagree with you there. I think a lot of people had faith in Forsalto. Granted, I don't think people thought he'd do that good.
Well,
But
I don't know. Dream said Forsalto's a backpack player.
Don't
I don't know.
start.
He said
Don't
he's a
start.
passenger player. Can't
Don't
carry
No,
a
I'm
game
the
for his
passenger
life.
player.
let's go.
Oh my god.
So
Let's
so
go.
if Nick is in Dream's backpack and I'm in Nick's backpack, then we've just got like a really heavy backpack for Dream to carry.
Nick is not in my backpack.
That's not what your co-admin just said.
Dream, you're lucky that
Well-
the VODs were deleted and I can't pull the clip
I'm
up.
about.
but
I'm about to just disconnect.
you know what you said.
I didn't say it.
You said it. Forsalto and Eli, they're more of a passenger player, if you will.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what?
Is there-
Nice soundboard.
That's good.
Oh.
Oh, you got Mikey.
I put Forsalto as a top 3 ADC at the beginning of the season for sure. I didn't think he'd be number 1 though.
I put him MVP for me. I don't know. I think he was just the most. Like, I don't think Crab wins without Forsalto. I don't know.
Yeah,
put him
I
in
mean
1 ACT,
I'm more of a supportive mid player. I don't like to win lane. Dream knows that very well. And so having somebody like Forsalto who can just like, if he gets the resources, he just hard carries games in the bot lane. A very nice player to have on the team.
Yeah.
Not to say
Yeah.
that anybody else on our team didn't also perform. I mean, Rogue came out, he played really well. Eli's really good on the support and moving from top lane to support, and Frosty is just he's lane kingdom up there. Hasn't lost a lane yet.
Oh yeah, he got a good amount of votes for top lane too. I was gonna put him in honorable mentions, but Vacant just got 1 more vote than him. So, yeah, Vacant, golf clap for you. But Frosty,
No.
yeah, Frosty got some good votes for top lane as well.
Antonium.
No, go ahead.
Okay, yep. So moving forward now in the league, and I hope you join us for season 3, and this is kind of where my question lies. So definitely shut me down if you're not coming back. But taking what you've learned so far, your experience with the players, your experience on an individual level, your experience playing in a more organized setting, in that regard, with the mild dissolution of most teams next season, what do you take from this one that will benefit the one going forward in season 3?
So you're saying thoughts about the league or thoughts about myself in the league?
Thoughts about on a personal level, what you learned this year, this season, and with the people you played with and the way you played and the strategies you employed. What do you personally bring to season 3 on whoever team you get drafted to?
Oh, I mean, I'll always play around, moving around the map with my jungler. Usually, you just play a champ that has a lot of wave clear and safe lane. You can clear the lane, move with your jungler, affect the sides of the map that actually matter. And roam to objective, roam to lanes, get gold on resources on other people. I can perform on certain champs if I have gold, but mostly I prefer to just sort of be the sort of shadow to the better player on my team.
Okay, I like it. Thank you.
Anything else you guys say about your garbage team?
We're going all the way. We'll see you in the finals, Dream. Nick has foretold it.
Okay, I was
have
gonna.
you
What team do you think is this is gonna be my question now for everybody? What team do you think is most likely to make finals besides your team?
Unless your top laner runs it, WDPK. But I don't know. Irez is looking a little shaky. He calls himself the top lane gatekeeper because he loses to all the good top laners and beats all the bad ones. So we'll see how many good top laners there are left in the league.
Fair. That's fair.
It's my goat.
If I'm Nick's passenger princess, Greg is your passenger princess.
That's my passenger queen.
Oh, okay. Least worried about. I don't know if you've heard the term floating around, but walking ATM. Camel Corp has a walking ATM for their mid laner. His name is Zero Cola. We just give free gold whenever he's on the map. So not scared about them at all.
now he's gonna play like Malphite mid and just sit on her tower because he said that.
He's welcome to do that. That's what I want him to do. I'll just roam and let Nick get all the gold.
There you go. That's fair. By the way, just to clear something up that I'm talking about in questions and answers, I did misprint and did misspeak. The higher seed going down to the lower bracket would get their choice of opponent. I said it backwards where I said the EG would get their choice of opponent. Technically, the higher seed of whoever is dropping down from the higher bracket will get their choice. So let's say, just for instance, like Camel Corps loses, they would get to choose between EG and the Arctic Wave. I said it incorrectly earlier.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, the higher seed always gets the choice. So sorry about that. I've been talking about it in. Anyone can just go look at questions and answers and see my mistake.
All good. Perfect. Do we have any more questions for Plutonium here?
I don't think so.
Not
Who's
me.
next?
Nobody else?
I
Perfect.
think Iris. Iris is last.
All right.
Yep, we're gonna drag up Iris. Thank you, Plutonium. Thank you for coming
Yep,
up here
have
and
a good
enduring
night,
our
all.
questions.
Yeah. Have a good
Alright.
night. Thank you, Plutonium.
See ya.
Oh, I also have Gragas.
Oh, that's fine. Oh yeah, he has the MVP. We should end with him then after Iris.
Yeah, we'll do
Okay, let's
Iris
do
and then
Iris. Yeah.
Hello, Iris.
What up?
What's up?
Gregory.
Kingdom
What's up?
himself.
I'm quite the anomaly. I've played 18 games and haven't won one lane, so
The walking ATM is what I've
disagree.
been told.
I
no,
disagree.
that's
You
zero
won.
colas.
Oh, that's zero cola. Okay.
Mhm.
I disagree. You won lane every single game against Desperate for a Win.
That's true.
Winning is subjective.
You got some jungle help, but you would have won anyway. I think you would have won without it.
I mean, to be fair, you went against you went against the hardest top laners. You had to go against Vacant, Dreamless.
You beat me in
Frosty.
lane second game. You beat me in lane second
Frosty.
game with R2. You played Renekton, I think, into my Darius or some shit like that.
I don't remember. I was probably wrecked, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Renekton into Yorick.
No,
So it was week
I
5.
think I'll ask. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
What are we 5?
It was week 5.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Renekton
beat me
to
on
Darius.
Renekton when I was playing Darius. Yeah, you beat me.
There you go.
I'll ask this with such like the juice at the bottom of a garbage can like team around you. How do you hold it together, Iris?
Alright, somebody kick this guy.
Yeah, I
Go
was
with
about to
Frosty,
say, they're talking about backpack players. I mean, I just play for my mid laner and my jungler as much as I can. Try and stay like even at least. I mean, sometimes I don't do that. Like if you watched last week, I kind of got wrecked every single game and lost lane every game pretty horrifically. But just played around my jungler and my mid laner and just drop the ego completely and try and win the game. That's what matters is whose Nexus blows up. I don't care about stats.
Yeah.
You can just tell us how it is. We know Dream is stealing all your kills.
Yeah, that's true. He steals all of our kills. Actually, everybody.
There was a very big conversation earlier about what percentage of Dream's kills he got in the last week, and it was something like 30%.
Yeah, it is looking like. I mean, just from the last series, was like the vast majority, almost a third of his kills.
Were there some Venmo transactions there to get the award?
It might have been.
There might have been. Check PayPal. Check PayPal.
He's trying to bump up Ting's numbers or Asian's numbers to get him the highest assists in the league, but fell a little bit short, I guess.
Sorry.
That's funny. I'll ask the same broad question I asked everyone. What do you think went right on your team? What do you think went wrong? And what do you think about your chances moving forward?
I think we found our win condition pretty early on. I think after a pretty rough week 1 and a lot of reflection, like we figured out what our winning formula is. Basically, if we don't have Solomon in the game, go next. But I think us finding our stride very early in the season allowed us to kind of snowball a lot of those wins, especially after a rough first week. I think we only lost one game after that.
Yep.
And we just tried to keep the momentum, keep playing our game. Don't let the other team dictate how we play our game. I'm not going to tell you how we do it, but I'm not dynamic, just leaking.
My goat.
We're leaking. Here, Peacekeepers are so confident we're leaking strategies on it.
Yeah, call it
We are
confident, dynamic.
so
That's right. Call it
confident.
confident.
Yep.
Yeah, you had less
yeah,
sweating.
Les is asking for a trade from what I've done.
I can't believe, dude, Les sold me out in 30 seconds to joining the interview. He's like, I had a WDPK member asking me for my Venmo. I would like to say my lawyer, local library, has advised me to use my Fifth Amendment right and not to talk about the situation. So, but yeah, I think us finding our formula very early on allowed us to snowball into a lot of wins. And I also know that I have players that I don't have to carry any games. Plus, our team has a lot of prior synergy. I played with Solomon before in Risen, before joining this league, and Dream and Solomon are currently playing in Risen together. So there's a lot of synergy between the players that we have already. So that helps us out quite a lot.
Yeah, I'll shout out the Arctic Wave for, I think if they didn't scrim us in that like first second week or whatever, I don't know if we're here in the first place today, because they definitely they helped us find our groove.
Yeah.
They found our
Hey,
formula.
happy to help some friends out. That's all it is.
One of the few series we won.
Well,
True.
I was just given permission to disclose this. You just said you lose if you don't have your jungler. That might be the case, but we don't know yet.
We know.
What do you think about?
Yeah, we know. That's what happened week one.
Alright.
We didn't have him.
I wasn't gonna disclose it without permission from your team. What
It doesn't have to be an on-stream thing. It can be.
the what?
It doesn't have to be an on-stream thing. It's not like important. It
Oh,
doesn't matter.
no, I know. It should. Well, yeah, because he sucks. But I'm just saying, people didn't know that before they were voting all of their points away in the Twitch, all those valuable points.
That's what I'm saying.
Thankfully, it's been refunded.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's been refunded.
So, I don't know. That does make the playoffs more interesting, though, because I have you guys as clearly far and away the best team. Does make it interesting now.
Could be an
What
easy
might
win for
happen?
Peacekeepers.
Well, whoa. I'm playing Peacekeeper. I think if we beat Peacekeepers, you can just say, we won the whole thing. I think that's all we can say.
Okay.
True.
We'll just go ahead and call it right there.
Yes.
Listen, I won't be able to sub for you when it's us versus you in the finals, but
Don't worry.
That's okay. We'll have our good jungler.
Yes. He might be wearing a pink suit right now.
Huh? Whoa.
It's not pink. It's not,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
not even
Salmon.
salmon. Now, I mean, I'm not supposed to disclose this because it's a military secret, but Solomon is being dispersed as a sniper against the Martian invading army.
I believe it. If it's anybody, I would trust with my life.
Yes. So I think he's going to like Canada to snipe the Martians. We don't know.
Okay. That's why we picked.
He's defending our
first.
country.
We had to make sure we had the
We know
finals in the
he's-
first round.
Yeah, right. That's the final. That's the final, really.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But,
matter. Dynamic will beat him first week. We'll beat him second week.
Huh?
It won't matter. It's gonna
Hold
be
on,
an
Bacon, I'm
easy
muted, buddy.
sweep.
Wait a minute, Bacon, don't do this to me.
Unmute there, buddy. Unmute there.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, no. It's okay. No. We'll see how you feel. We'll see.
I don't know. This boosted mid laner that I can only steal kills.
Oh, God.
True.
Yeah, I can't wait for your team's comps to be flooded with, oh my god, their mid's here! Yeah.
No, it's gonna be, oh my god, their support is here.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Me and Ting, both.
No, You're just more of a minor nuisance.
Oh,
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Like,
We'll see.
admin v admin violence in this chat.
All right. We need to get Gragas in here. Calm down.
Well,
I was about to say,
all right,
Now that's a scary mid.
I was going to ask a question to the guy we're supposed to be
let me
interviewing. You
check. All
violent
right,
people.
Greg. Obviously, besides our team, who do you think's going to be in the finals?
you know, I think honestly, we're gonna play Peacekeepers week 1 and 3-0 'em, and we're gonna meet them again in the finals.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it only needs to be at 2-0 because it's a best of 3 series.
We're gonna play the third one just to flex on them. No, I think Solomon was right. I think this first week matchup in the playoffs in the top bracket, this is gonna be like a potential final. It's a preview, so that way everybody gets a little bit of a taste of what's to come. But I think that Crabbrave and Camelcore are also up there. I just think that Crabbrave's mid laner is too much of a pig, and the solo lanes of Camelcore are just like ATMs. So I'm gonna mute.
Dude, why are you doing my boy like that? Why are you doing my boy like
Jesus
that?
Christ.
What are you trying to say? Which one's going to win? The pig or the
it might be a
ATM?
tank ball. It's gonna be a tank ball in the other games. So I had to get that in there because Mitchell shit talked me earlier.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was going to ask a somewhat similar question, but during this whole season, what would you say was your hardest series or toughest matchup? And I know you're probably tempted to go with EG because you got 0-3'd. I don't know. I mean, if you want to count that one, that's fine, but you didn't have your full team. But what would you say?
The most mentally taxing was probably the series against Arctic Wave. I'm going to be honest with you, getting crapped on by Singed for 40 minutes is that's like I was honestly like I finished that game, I went and I looked myself in the mirror and I'm like I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like I got ran on so bad that, like I mean I don't know what kind of power move that is to just like random last second lock Singed top and crap on me, but
Yeah, Bacon, what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't think you understand how in the shit my mental was that third game.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, the only reason that game got played is because Creek started typing some shit. That's the only reason that game got played.
I wanted to FF the series, Loki.
That's funny because that's the only series besides EG, or the only game that we lost besides EG. So you're telling me we only lost that because of Creek?
Yeah, because Creek started talking some shit. Everyone sat up.
Yeah, we're just like, okay, wait, we're playing this.
I think though, like a lot of the games against some of the stronger top laners like Vacant, Frosty, and Brandon Dreamless, they were all like fairly mentally taxing because like that lane in general, I feel it is the most punishing if you're just worse than your opponent, and being not ranked very highly. A lot of those games are very taxing because they just freeze waves on me, and then I just can't play the game, and I just have to stand there and stare at them like a kid, and just hope that they let me farm. So,
Pinging your jungler for ganks every 4 seconds.
I'm not begging. I'm not begging. He helps me out without me having to say anything. He looks and he goes, "Not again." Not again.
Hey, well, you know when he's going against the gauntlet of top laners up there, gotta show some love up there. Can't leave him on his own.
But yeah, I think the Arctic Wave was probably the most difficult series that I played. I just got ran on all 3 games. Like playing against Dreamless, like he lets me have a sip. I can get a little bit of gold because he just constantly crashes the waves on me. But I was struggling against the Singe dude. Like I was ready to just be done.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out against me in scrims.
Yeah.
He did it to me again.
Hey, you beat me that time. You beat me that time, to be fair.
We learned our lesson.
That's fine.
I
You guys
just
couple
saw
more
you pick
Casante.
Casante again, and then I was like, I have to. I don't care if I don't play this much. I have to.
you guys are gonna be such a fun team to watch in playoffs, and this is gonna be a good playoffs. I honestly I don't know who's gonna win, but anybody have any other questions till we pull up Gragas?
Nah.
I do not.
Yeah, we hate Iris. Get him out of here.
Perfect,
Whoa.
Iris. Would you like to be kicked or would
Take
you like
that
to leave
back.
on your own?
Just go
I'll
and
leave
kick him.
on my own.
Nah.
Good night, guys.
Someone's gonna let me
Go ahead
kick
and
him
kick
one
him.
of these days.
No one's
You
gonna let him
kick
kick.
me. Go ahead and kick me.
Kick
Let him
me.
kick you.
Kick me.
Let him kick
Kick me.
you.
Goodbye, sir.
Vote to
Let him kick you.
Top
Power,
laner.
power.
Wow.
That's messed up dynamic. Power's getting to your head.
You've been waiting.
can't believe
Dynamic's
you.
been waiting for that. Let me kick you.
Please.
There he
The man
is, our
himself.
MVP,
The man.
our
There he
league's
is.
MVP. Welcome.
Do you want a crown to be sent to you in the mail?
Nah.
No,
I'm good.
no. So I'll start with the obvious question. How did you feel about getting hardcore snubbed for the mid lane MVP award, but then winning the overall league MVP award?
I don't know. That was weird, but I think Dream is a better mid player. Like, I think he has way more diversity than me. I kind of stick to my similar champions. So, I mean, it makes sense. He plays well for a lot of comps. So, I think it's deserved.
Well,
I voted for him personally.
oh yeah, that's fair. Well, you weren't allowed to vote for yourself. To be fair.
I would never.
That didn't stop like 6 different people for voting for themselves or people on their team, which I had to throw out that vote.
Yeah, egotistical. Can't be me.
Yeah. So, broad question that I'll start out with first. What do you think went right for your team? What do you think went wrong? And what do you think moving forward into the playoffs for your team?
I think going right is I think my team looks for me to shot call most of the game. So I'm kind of like playing my own game and looking everywhere at the same time, which they can follow really well. What's going wrong, I think availability is horrendous for us. Kind of hard filling in times when to play the games. I've yet to even get a practice game with my team at all. The only time we ever play is during, our games. So, which is difficult. And then again, it's mostly filled with subs. I think we got one series where we had everybody. That was game 1. I think that's really it.
My team also only had one series with everyone, so I feel
Yeah, it's rough.
Well, I'll let other people ask questions first.
I'm gonna hit you with the three-peat question. Who do you think your hardest matchup was this season so far?
Hardest matchup. I probably had to give it to Dynamic Reality, honestly.
Let's go, the Malphite
He
Galio.
didn't let me get to play the game how I wanted to. Really
Let's go Dynamic.
stunted me from being able to play the game how I like to play the game. Like, take over the map, rotate. He did exactly what he needed to do. So
You did report him like the rest of us do every game, right?
of course, I mean, as a
Okay.
mid lane main, you succumb to that, you're just never respected again.
As someone who is like beyond outranked by you, and I think I think this is an accurate statement. 95% of the league is beyond outranked by you now. Yeah, I think what I did, I hope a lot of teams do, is just recognize you have to have a lead to carry, and if you don't have it, the game gets a lot easier.
Yeah, game does become really hard. I mean, a couple teams did that, which you played the best though. So
Yeah, it's been fun to watch your guys' games, cast them. So now this is a question that might sound like an ambush. You guys started for the first 3 or 4 weeks in first place, the best team in the league, just in the standings, right?
Yeah.
Kind of started slipping. What do you think happened there? I mean, I know availability. That I think that's an easy one to point to. But what
I remember game 1. I honestly think if Dream was mid lane, they had Jeremy, we got 0-3'd first game, 100% in my opinion. Not having Jerry and Dream 180 carry, that team was pretty easy And I think going, I mean, we didn't even 0-3 them. They forfeited the third game, so we don't even know for the third game. I don't remember the next team we versed. Oh, it was Goobers. We had to sub. I had to play top lane. I think top lane's easier to take over the game. So I was able to kind of like run a train on Goober's top laner. Couldn't do anything about it. And just take over the games like that. And then also had dynamic sub in, really useful. Thank you for that. So, and my team just played well. I don't remember the third game, but going in later, I think we're versing harder teams, and like Peacekeepers, very hard team. They played really well. Camel Corp was close series, was fun. I think our biggest issue is drafting. I think our team struggles at drafting. So teams who know how to draft, we're having problems against.
I
And
actually.
go
ahead.
Yeah, so going into it, it's like I also like to let my team like it's drafting, right? It is for fun league. So I like play like what they like to play. Like we wanted to run the Tarek Juggle, see how it was. It worked out great early game. It's just kind of hard to do anything like late game. You know what I mean? So I mean, maybe we'll be more strict with our compositions coming into these series later.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know who reads my alcove articles every week. It doesn't offend me if you don't, but like I put in the notes in the pros and cons for you guys a lot. For a lot of the series you lost, I'm pretty sure I put drafting strategy and team comps because I saw that your individual skill was like you guys. It's like what I said with GCA. Your individual skill shows that you should be winning most games. It's just your team comps can't do it. And also that game with the Tark jungle, I think if your Tarek pressed R literally a millisecond sooner in 4 of those fights, it, the problem is he was pressing R just a second too late.
Yeah, I mean, it goes, I think, for most things. I'm not here to criticize individual skill. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody tried their best. And I think it just comes down to a comp issue.
I would have pressed the R button 50 seconds late. Like I'm not making fun of him. It's just like I think that game was. I've seen a lot of your games that were winnable. I don't think you've ever been out of a game, in my opinion.
I think Peacekeepers we were like an inch in really at all. I think we're completely out of that series.
But that team sucks garbage so bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just game dynamic.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yep. Question then. I have asked this question to pretty much everybody else here now. I hope you'll join us for season 3. I don't know if you will. Definitely stop me if you're not. But with the teams dissolving, most of them, and players are getting redrafted onto different teams, what did you learn from this season? And it sounded like you learned a lot from the drafting strategies. What did you learn from the season to take and to boost the team that you'll be on next season? What information on you personally did you learn from this season?
I think boosting anything, I'm probably going to play similar as I'm going to do. So dominant in lane. I think if somebody wants to play for that, you can draft me. If not, it's up to you. And then, yeah, I think that's it.
Fair, quick and easy, simple. Thank you.
Would you take a Venmo transfer for your season MVP trophy?
No.
I'm just kidding. Depends on how much, right? But
No. I mean, I'm here. I joined the league because it's a fun league. I'll definitely be here next season. Be good.
He wants
good to
he
do
wants the badge. He wants the badge.
He wants the Discord badge.
Right.
I still think, I know I brought this up 20 times. I still think it's funny that he didn't get MVP for his position, but he got MVP of the league. I never thought I'd see that. That the voting kind of worked out kind of funny.
Kind of odd, an anomaly perhaps. Maybe we need.
I mean, Dream deserved. Don't get me wrong, Dream deserved it. That's not what I'm saying.
Could be because people like if they saw they voted for mid lane, they didn't want to put the same person for mid and MVP of the whole thing, so they're putting 2 different people basically.
They're splitting the votes.
Yeah, because they thought, Gragas was better overall player, and then Dream was just the secondary mid for them.
Yeah, Dream is secondary in everyone's heart. I understand.
Michael's throwing out flame today, but
that's That's what you
Perfect.
gotta do.
Any other questions for you, Gragas IRL, our
Yeah.
league's MVP?
Who do you think is making the finals besides you? Team.
Yeah, besides us, I think you guys, it's going to be between you, probably. Hope it's either your guys or, honestly, Crab Rave. I got a bet in order with their mid laner. And then Dream, I would love to play some fun stuff mid lane, which I think we'll be able to do if we get to there.
Yeah, so I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
know.
I can't take seeing Galio or Malphite anymore in my games.
Hey, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. If I see a Malzahar, yeah, I'm losing it.
Oh,
I'm playing against that all day.
Nah, you're
all
You
day.
write that down.
You're
the
checking our team
strats.
chats. Nah, no, Dream's checking our
What?
team
The
chats
strats.
then.
What?
Write that down. Write that down.
Mark it down. Mark it
What
down.
mid laner likes Malzahar?
Malzahar with exhaust. I like Malzahar. I'll play
Malzahar. Malzahar exhaust ignite.
Nah,
you
but
take that? I'm not respecting you. Sorry, Joey.
no, go ahead. But it would be fun to verse. We gotta play
Well-
Pokemon, their full team and their correct roles.
Well,
For sure.
Dream did message me week 1 that saying he was gonna go ADC to avoid playing you mid. So
I did.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
did
just kidding.
not.
I'm kidding.
Damn.
Alright, we're gonna have a talk, man.
Gaslighting Dream.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Dream's like, did I?
You
Dream's
really
like,
had
did
him
I?
there.
Anybody trying to tell me I'm snoop through chats? Mikey's. Never mind. Mikey's
I'm just
Mikey.
gaslighting everyone.
I don't know. I'm just saying, Dream wanted to, have all those kills if he didn't have Asian meat riding him every game.
Oh,
This is
weren't
true,
we
this
supposed
is
to?
true.
Weren't we supposed to interview Asian by the way?
He's
Yeah.
cooking. He can't.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
had Iris instead.
That's
Mhm.
true.
He's our hero.
oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Dang, good interviews, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Anything else for you guys IRL before we wrap up the beautiful award show?
Well played season. MVP was definitely deserved, even if you don't think it wasn't. Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Gregis IRL. Thank you. Would you like to be kicked or would you like to leave on your own?
I'll give you the
Yeah.
satisfaction
Ooh.
of kicking me.
I get another
Dynamic
kick.
because when I see you in the losers bracket and then I perma ban Malphite Galio, nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do.
I'll gotta bring out the Cassante then. I'll find something as obnoxious. I'll see you down there, buddy. See you, buddy. Thanks.
I will follow up with my message there. We do need more captains. People complain about admins being like a ton of the captains. That's because none of y'all stepped up.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Talking about admin being on team, we had to step up. We had to fill in slots.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't think I'd be a captain until 2 hours before the draft. So.
And look at you in playoffs. You did great.
And look at you, you're in
Hey,
playoff.
hey, listen. I am, but I didn't know I'd be captain until 2 hours before the draft.
That's
And
true.
our most recent admin had a stipulation in his contract coming onto the admin team: 0 captain role for somebody who just recently joined us.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, wait
Whoa.
until he's forced next season.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Here's what
Hmm.
I'm just saying, guys. I got a couple complaints that it's like, why is the admin team like most of the captains? That's your all fault. That's y'all's fault.
Might have to do a little campaigning in season 3. Might have to hop on that ball.
Yeah. I mean, no, I had fun being captain. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of us had fun being captain, but
No.
we would prefer just so it's like people don't think there's like weird nepotism going on. We'd prefer other people stepping up in the future. But if we have to be captains again, I'll make Dream do it again.
True.
Mm-mm.
Just Dream though.
Yep.
Thank
You can
you.
captain 4 different teams if you want.
Actually, I want to draft Lest again. Lest,
Hey,
Capic. I want to just
get
draft the
away.
whole team again. I might have to just stay.
Get away.
Less is mine.
I am
Lest is-
intentionally throwing rank right now, just so I can draft Lest. I'm kidding.
Whoa. Are we
Kidding.
all fighting
Okay,
over him
is
like
this-
a this is
Yeah,
like a
I'm-
romantic it's like a romantic comedy.
I'm
What is
also intentionally deranking so I can
That's
get left.
right.
What is this love triangle? What is this love triangle? Actually, it's more than a triangle now. It's like an octagon.
Mods. Somebody
Yeah.
grab
Yeah,
that.
listen, I can't.
Mods.
I
Use,
would
use that
rather-
power
Check the
dynamic.
chat.
Get him out of here.
I don't have it. I'm not mods in the stream. Somebody promote me to mod on the
Okay.
LBL stream.
Well,
Hey.
whoever boosted our channel probably just become them.
I don't like that.
Hey, I gave a sub. I gave a sub on Twitch. I should get mod for that, shouldn't I? How that works?
I think that's how it works. I think you
Yeah.
can kick me. I think you can
Or-
kick me legally.
For giving a sub on Twitch, I should. Yeah, that's right. That's my reward.
Yeah, that checks out.
I think we should.
Less
I
force.
think,
How do I pick sides?
I
How
think
do
we
you pick
should,
sides?
we should
Legally
Let's
binding.
interview
You know that.
the Arctic Wave here.
Oh,
We need
No,
to
hold on. I
find.
thought we were ending with our
You're in the
MVP.
chat.
We got one more.
Yeah.
The Arctic Wave's here.
well, I mean, I guess we are here.
You're here?
We're here. We're here.
We have to interview them.
Do we
As
have
the
to?
newest team into the playoff bracket. Moving in, barely.
That's true. That's true. They snuck right in. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty much all I have to say is I'm going for the finals. Sorry for dynamic when you have to go against us in the loser split bracket. I think you're getting camped on repeat. Might as well not even ward. You'll just know I'm there.
You can camp me. That is okay. I have been camped. I'll just lock in Malfight or Galio. It's fine.
You guys didn't play each other in the regular season, right?
No, we did not.
We have
No.
not.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have not.
I'd love
Yep.
to see
Could be interesting.
Germ and I'd love to see your bot lanes go against each other.
Yeah.
Germ's hit
It's
a new
also
leaf
been
now.
scary.
Different
That's
man.
true.
Yeah, he's.
Lest, you can add my PayPal and we'll be in conversation.
We can talk. Yeah, we can swap junglers perhaps.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Sorry, not sorry.
So PK is going to win then, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You do have that dynamic guy on your team then.
Oh wait, no, I can't play with dynamic. I insta lose.
He's gross.
Oh man.
Well,
Oh,
do we
man.
want to ask any actual questions, or am I just gonna shit
Oh,
talk for 4
True.
minutes?
Are we gonna? We can ask you the same questions we asked everyone else. What do you think went right? What do you think went wrong? What do you think moving forward?
I definitely think we have figured out that we need to play around the map as a team, and not just as two dudes walking into the enemy jungle and praying to God something happens. I think that's the right and the wrong, both in the same sentence. And I think moving forward, we keep going on this being where we gotta be. We'll win it. We'll win it all.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going over the awards in case people didn't see them. But you will win it all because everyone's going for you because you're the Cinderella team.
That's me, baby.
You are kind of the Cinderella team, like the team that wasn't supposed to make playoffs at all, and now you might make a run for it.
It'll be so funny if we lose immediately. By the way, just fall straight flat.
That's true. You do not have the advantage of double
Mhm.
elimination, sadly.
I don't know. I would
Okay.
say if we somehow lose to God forbid we lose Peacekeepers. Oh man.
I can't believe it.
I never
Yeah.
imagine. We get to pick. I don't know. I mean, we probably picked
We're just-
Ethan's Gremlins instead of you guys because I don't know. Ethan's Gremlins.
We're just delaying as long as we can, so make sure Jerry's gone. That's what we're doing. We're gonna play on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. as far as we can.
I could still
I
do it.
will-
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
No, I'm gonna make sure he's there.
I'll stay up late for the
We'll
flight.
figure something out. I'm gonna figure something out.
No, I gotta go against.
By the way, I will post these slides so that everyone can see the awards, but we'll post them somewhere as well. Anyway, sorry. That was unrelated.
okay. That means we're good. He won't be there for our game against them if they lose.
That's true.
We're chilling.
Hey, by the way, Dream, I can sub for Jerry anytime except against me.
Just go ahead and sub against your own team.
True, actually. Yeah, I should do that.
So, can you get me in contact with Less Force Dynamic?
No, I'm actually. Let's just lock in my basement. I'm making sure he can't communicate with anybody right now. But
That's
better
fair.
mind if, yeah.
Oh,
He needs
change
to
on
not-
the basement.
He needs to
anymore?
not be corrupted by people like you.
Like, what does that mean, huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
don't
it.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you need to pay your slaves. Arctic just sent me something yesterday saying pay your slaves. It was in the survey.
Yeah.
So if you're
One of these days. One of these days.
if Lest Force is chained in your basement, at least give them good food and stuff. Something.
Is there anything else we?
Yeah, I don't know if there's much else.
I don't think so.
Besides your team, who do you think is gonna make it to the finals?
You know, everyone says Pokemoners, but I do genuinely believe you win week 1 and then you win week 2. Or at least I hope so. Anyway, I'm rooting for you guys. So probably you
Jerry
guys
won't be there.
True.
Even with Jerry not being there, I still think
True.
just Dream and Ting are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, we got some super subs in the works here. Don't worry.
Oh god.
You guys aren't ready. Somebody you've never seen before.
Ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, it's time to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going jungle.
What?
Oh,
Wait,
thank
Dream,
God.
Dream's never got
Wait,
jungle.
Can I change? Can I change our answer then?
Akali jungle incoming.
Can we all change our votes?
Yeah, you guys aren't ready. I've hidden it this long because you're not ready.
Okay, Bane jungle could be
I
cracked
don't
though.
think Dean was ready for that.
Let's
My
see.
thing would burn me at the stake.
I want to see the Vayne jungle.
Pain Jungle goes crazy.
Yo, here's a good question. Actually, this is a good question for Arctic and Bacon and even Solomon. How was your first season being admins?
It was good. I like doing like I kind of came on with the like just really wanting to do the stats anyway, so that's all I really wanted to do. I like the numbers. I hope we get the tournament stuff next season, so I can actually get all the stats. But
Working on it with Meyer. Yep, don't worry.
There were a couple rules that I really did not like first season, and I'm very glad to have been able to give my feedback and not necessarily make changes, but I think I've helped improve the league with my feedback.
Well, your feedback was the last we took into account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I agree with you. It helped.
I mean, I haven't been here long, so
yeah.
I'll make it better going forward.
By the way, if any of you listening are like, why didn't I get a chance to be an admin? We offered an extension to anyone season 1 to be admins, and these are the ones who stepped up. So this is how it is.
True.
Because we needed help.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this I mean, I'll say I enjoyed this season more. I think it's gotten better, so I mean, hopefully we can.
Oh yeah, I think season
better.
1 was good. Season 1 was good and fun, but this season was definitely better. I mean, both seasons were good, but this one just exceeded expectations, I think.
True.
Yeah, personally, I enjoyed this one a lot more.
And this is speaking from someone whose team did not make playoffs. I enjoyed it a lot more. All your teams made playoffs. Y'all are like up on your high mountains in your fortress, like spitting on peasants like me.
Damn right.
Just saying. But yeah. Anyone have anything else? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Dang, we made it 2 hours and 18 minutes. This is a good talk show.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Thanks for the support, supporting the people who did win awards, and hopefully it'll hype everybody up who didn't win an award to win one in season 3.
Yeah, yeah. You guys can all try to win sexiest award next season. I don't think it'll happen, but
you gotta put more than one person on that, probably.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. There was multiple choice. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I really like the award section, and again, I'll post this slides thing so that people can see it. And yeah, we'll try to make badges and stuff. Anything else?
Sounds good.
I'm good.
I'm excited for playoffs.
Sweet. I'm excited for playoffs. This is all of us amazing people signing out. Thank you all for playing, and thank you all for who have tuned in this whole time. And LBL signing out.
back in